From downtown, this is Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam, and you're listening to NintenDomain Podcast. Boom shakalaka!
This week on NintenDomain, we got Pragmadachi, and we're going to talk all about it.
Vampires crawled so that they could survive.
I'm living the dream.
Welcome to NintenDomain Podcast, episode 517. Your place here, Nintendo fans, talk about all of the releases that are happening right now. Man, what a week it was. Still pumping those games out like crazy. And we've got a good amount of them to talk about here on this here show. We are your hosts. I'm Trey. Welcome to the Terradome, Johnson.
I'm Jeremy. Feeling blue, just thinking about the end of Pacopia. Mikowski.
I'm Tomodachi Knitter.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're all here, and let's start off the show as we normally do and talk about games that we got and games we've been playing. As I said in the very top of the show here, I said last week, Pragmadachi week with Pragmata and Tomodachi Life. Those games came out a day away from each other. John got one of them, I got the other one. I thought we could talk about those at the top.
Sure.
I don't know. Do you want to start off with your Tomodachi stories, John?
Sure. So I got Tomodachi Life, living the dream, and I love it. I think it's great. There's a lot to do. Any sort of like fears about, it's just like an ant farm, which kind of is. I'm not negating that. Quickly dissipated. There's a lot to do in this game, and it only grows the more Miis that you create. You can create up to 70 of them. There is always someone on your island trying to get your attention for some reason or another. There's no downtime, really. And the way the game handles it all, like the interface is really pretty smooth, pretty slick, considering that there is so much going on all at once. If you want for something to do, all you got to do is hit the Y button. You can see on the bottom of the screen all of your Miis and what their current condition is, who's happy, who's mad, who's just content, not really doing anything, who wants to play a game, and you just click on the one with whatever their concern is, and it'll go right to them, so you can do whatever you want to do. So I just don't feel bored with it. Like, my habit over the past week or so has been to come home from work and then turn the game on and play for a good 3 hours straight, and there's just before I know it, it's 1 or 2 a.m. and I gotta go to bed.
So how many Miis do you have on there so far?
I think I have about 20 so far.
Okay, and you've made them all yourself, obviously, because
made them all myself. So here's how that works.
You don't have a 3DS. You can't scan them off the internet. So
when I first got the game, I said, I'm gonna try and get them off of my Wii U, which I went and I hooked up the Wii U and everything, and only then did I remember that I never transferred.
You don't have any Miis on there? Yeah.
no, because when I got the Wii U and the option to transfer over the Wii, I just got kind of sad about it. I didn't want my Wii to just be useless, because once you transferred, you couldn't do anything on the Wii. It would just be empty.
Well, you could still play GameCube games on it. And Wii games. You could. Just not your downloads.
Here's what I didn't foresee happening. I did not foresee that my Wii would just crash out completely. I knew that the disk drive was broken, but once I discovered that, I didn't have them on the Wii U after all, I went to hook up the Wii, and there's no video out anymore, so the power turns on.
That has to be That has to be a thing, because I was just having that same issue with one of my Wiis too. Well, because I was trying to like, I don't know, because I had been playing like Star Fox Assault and Star Fox Adventures, and I have like 3 Wiis, and only one of them is working right now. So, but I have one in here in this room for capture, and I tried like throwing a Star Fox game into it, and I could not get it to play. And then I tried it, and I basically took it in the other room and used the hookup for a Wii that I know works, and it would like flash the screen when I turned it on. So I was like, oh, okay. But if I waited a minute, sometimes it would work. But yeah, it was a similar thing. That must be a problem with those, that they're like their video outs go out, because
Maybe so.
it seems like 2 of mine are kind of finicky on the video out right now. So
yeah, the lights came on and everything.
Yeah.
So it was, a moment of just resignation. Oh, my Wii is like dead, and these Mii's are locked on there. I have 100, whatever I have on there, and they're not coming off there. So, yeah. So I just decided. Well, my thought at that point was I knew that you couldn't get them off because the Wii is offline. I was gonna like look at them just to remember and just kind of manually transfer them over that way. But
take pictures with your phone and then try to. Oh, I guess with the Switch, you could like pop it out of the dock and have your Wii on the TV or something and try.
I actually I brought a second TV into the living room so I could do it that way. You have one on one TV and the other.
Well,
but it was all for naught because
really putting a lot of effort into that, into the Mii making.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just didn't want to like. I thought that it was actually a shortcut because I had 100 already ready to go.
Yeah.
So that didn't work. That was about 2 hours of effort. And finally I just gave up and started the game. So, I made it in lieu of doing that. I made a big list of all the Mii's that I want to create. Like, I just wanted to like be a little bit systematic about it, so that anytime I felt like creating a new one, I just look at the list, and that's kind of what I've been doing. Is my sort of rhythm that I've fallen into is check on everybody, make sure they're good, and then once I feel like I'm a little familiar with everybody, go create somebody new, a couple of ones that I've created so far. Let's see, get my list up. I've created, my favorite one so far is I created Seaman. Like, that one it's just interesting because it's pretty much, Tomodachi is like a similar type of game to what Seaman was, where the character is talking to you.
For anybody who doesn't know, because I was actually Jess was asking me earlier what we were going to talk about on the show, and I was like, well, we'll talk about Pragmata and Tomodachi life, and they were saying, asking like who. Well, I was like, well, I know some of that John has like Sega characters on there, and they're like, who? And I'm like, Seaman, and Jess is like, you mean Seaman? You mean Seaman from the movie? And I'm like, what movie? And I was like, oh yeah, because just because of the way the movie works, Jess doesn't want to say Candyman, so we call him Seaman.
Oh, okay.
Seaman.
And it made me think of. I was like, oh well, that'd be kind of fun to make like a Tomodachi island of just horror movie characters.
What about the big C from Yakuza?
Of just like Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers and Pinhead or whatever. That could be a fun thing.
Oh yeah, you could have them all live in the same house, have like a horror house.
Sure, yeah. That's what I thought of.
Did you notice on Yakuza they always call cockroaches just the big C?
I haven't played any of the ones that have cockroaches in them.
Oh, where you haven't played any of the ones where you collect bugs?
No. Well, I mean, I get, unless that was in Like a Dragon at all, but not in the earlier ones.
It's almost like Candyman. Like they won't say cockroach.
Well, I agree. Cockroaches are my least favorite bug.
I saw the biggest cockroach I ever seen in my life in the wild.
I saw the biggest cockroach I ever saw in my life with John in fucking Los Angeles.
Oh yeah,
they have the gigantic, the hugest fucking cockroaches I've ever seen.
Tropical environments, like they thrive.
In California. Like we saw the huge giant fucking one on the street while we were walking.
Yeah,
Denny's or whatever,
4 or 5 inches long. Yeah,
I got a video of the one I seen in Japan. It was like an abandoned.
Scary.
It was like a shut down like train platform or whatever entrance, and it was like boarded up and covered, but like cockroaches were crawling from underneath, and they were like at least like 3 inches long.
Oh, yeah, cockroaches get really big in Japan too. That was the one thing, all the greatness of Japan. But I had heard horror stories on 8.4 about insect invaders in their homes of giant cockroaches and whatnot, which made me terrified.
We didn't see them inside, thank goodness.
I didn't see
craziest thing we
didn't
saw
see
inside
any.
on our honeymoon was the lizards inside our hotel room, which were pretty cute.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't see any sort of creatures at all in Japan. No insects, whatnot.
I saw some very beautiful butterflies, and cockroaches were not beautiful.
Well, I would like to see Seaman in real life,
but Seaman,
I can't do that.
What I was getting at, Seaman is a fish thing with a human face that you talk to on Dreamcast, right?
Yeah. So that was just so
a weird ass game back in the day. How do you create that for?
So I made Seaman. So there's the me editor. I gotta say the editors are just like fantastic. It's the best sort of creative suite that Nintendo has ever included in a game, like bar none.
Minus mouse controls
and minus photo.
Yeah, it sucks that you can't use mouse control because it's technically not a Switch 2 game, so there's no mouse mode, which seems like no
mouse mode.
Seems like a real misstep there.
I would agree to that, but it's basically like, what if Photoshop were shrunk down into a game? Like, you can even do layers in this. It's pretty cool. You can do three, not a whole bunch of them. You can do 3 layers, so you can really get pretty deep with it if you want to. And that was making Seaman was sort of my first foray into something beyond the basic me creation, because with Seaman you got to have the tentacle coming out of the head, and you got to have some fins on the side or whatever. So that's what I did. It was pretty quick, pretty easy, and it was a pretty good approximation of Seaman that I made in 10 minutes. And then launching him into the game, there he is, and he's talking to me, looking at me just like he did in the game 20 odd years, 26, 7 years ago, whatever it was. So this is kind of like this a little bit of the Seaman sequel that I always wanted and never got. So it warmed my heart. And then you just have the characters wander around your island, right? Here's one hesitation I think a lot of people have, and I kind of had too. It's like another life sim on an island. Didn't we already have one of those? And didn't we just get another one of those like a month ago?
Well, I mean, didn't you just put 200 hours into Animal Crossing or something, an update, something like that? Maybe not quite that much, but still, I still think you put 60, 70 hours into it or something like that.
I put another 100 something hours, 150, I don't know. But here's what I'll say about how it compares to Animal Crossing. Don't worry, it's completely different. The focus is entirely on pointing you back to interacting with your Miis, which is something that Animal Crossing, really kind of touched on. Yes, you have social interaction with the other characters here and there, but on Animal Crossing, you can kind of just live in your own little world and create stuff and go buy and sell and whatever. The interaction with the other characters is not necessarily the point of that game, whereas it is entirely the point of this game to interact and set up weird, funny situations and talk to them and see how they're feeling and get a little bit into their psyche, and even in a fun way, create their personalities.
That seems to be a lot of it, right? Is what
there's a lot of it. Yeah,
that's kind of what would, I don't know, what I don't want to do. It's like when you create a really good wrestler or something in a wrestling game, but then you have to make all their moves, and then everybody has 200 moves per thing. That's what it feels like for me, where it's but then I got to do the. It's I can make them look really cool, but then I got to do the personalities, and
but here's the
it might not be quite right, and there's a lot to. I played around with it a little bit in the demo, from trying to create myself, and I told Jeremy about that, where I made my own, and I was and it was oh, you're a social butterfly, and I'm wait, no, I'm not. Why did
you kind of are? I would agree with Jeremy on that.
Maybe if there's enough free alcohol around, but not intentional.
I don't even think that's necessary. I think you thrive around people.
Not
you
really.
like throwing a party.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
So here's what I'll say about the character creation is typically in character creation modes, that's one mode. And you're really kind of at some point, you're I just want to play the game, you don't want to, sometimes you want to spend an hour, 2 hours creating a character because you want to get to actually play the game. Whereas this, you start with the basics and you pretty quickly jump into actually playing the game. But the character creation becomes part of the incentive to keep playing. Because you start by creating the faces, and then you have you have a basic personality test kind of thing that you do to get the character started. But beyond that, it's you get these little, they call them like quirks. Like these are doled out, incrementally as you progress, as you level up the character through like making them happy or giving them food or buying them nice clothes that they like. You're rewarded every so often by an opportunity to develop their character a little bit more, which is, it becomes an incentive rather than a hindrance. You're not being stopped from playing the game to do the character creation. You are actually, like, the character creation becomes part of how you move forward throughout the game. And I think it creates a really like interesting and engaging reward cycle. I don't know. I'm finding it pretty fun. Like, to start with the basic idea of, okay, I want to create Vampire Hunter D. Okay, you can make it look like him. So you can make it, you can adjust the voice to make it sound like him a bit. But he's not quite there yet.
It's still just going to be like, I am a vampire hunter.
Yep.
That's pretty much what it sounds like, right? Yeah.
Well, like somewhere down the line, though,
I hunt vampires.
You can earn a quirk where you can like make him, float instead of walk. Like, oh, now he's a little bit more like Vampire Hunter. And they'll even say as much. They'll say, when you add the quirk, they'll say, I feel much more like my true self. And so that's kind of like the objective, is like to get these characters to be more like how you intend them to be.
But when you're doing like their personalities and stuff in the sliders, is there like preset ones that you could do if you don't want to like do the sliders yourself?
I think so.
Like if you're like, I want them to be like this, or I guess you could randomize it. Like, but are there aren't like preset stuff, right? That's like, I want this one to be angry or unsociable or whatever.
No, not like that. I'll say that there's five different facets that you pick from, from 1 to 10. Is this character polite, or are they honest? It's the two ends of that spectrum: polite or honest, whatever. Sure. So you just if you want to be random about it, just be random about it, and throw the selections wherever you want it to be. But the cool thing about it is, if you take the moment to figure it out, to actually like think about it, how this character is, it's so accurate. Like, I don't know, I feel like 90% of the time it's the character that I intended it to be. And that's because this is based on an actual personality test. It's the Myers-Briggs test, which, pretty common. People might have heard of that. It's not just like Nintendo, creators, trying to dream something up or whatever. This is a tried and true personality test that they base this on. So, like, when I wanted to create, Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory, it comes out that he's a high achiever and go-getter, and like, oh, that sounds like Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. There he is. It's so accurate all the time. It just kind of like, oh yeah, I even like.
It might be good if at some point you could make him like overconfident or something like that. Like maybe he's too confident and he fucks up a lot because of it.
And he gets angry whenever Dee Dee's there. You can make her too.
Yeah.
Right, I made her too. Yep, yeah. And she turned out to be, a free spirit and all that, just like she is.
How many of the Nickelodeon cartoon characters do you have in there? Do you have like Rugrats too, or what?
I don't have any Nickelodeon.
I want Dexter's mom to be in there.
I mean, I guess Dexter was Cartoon Network, right?
Dexter's mom's like, yeah, she's up there in the hot moms of animation.
Cartoon moms, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like the dad character. The dad character was one of the funniest cartoon characters.
He's very like
1950s aloof dad. Yeah.
I feel like he would have done well in like a Ren and Stimpy cartoon as well. Like he could have been in that cartoon with the same personality.
I could see that. Like he's like a Spumco, type guy. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, do you have the whole family? Dexter's whole family?
No, I don't.
Him and Dee Dee?
I have him and Dee Dee. Okay, here's what else I got. The first two characters that I created were Chibi Robo and 47.
Yeah, we did talk about them. Well, I guess, or maybe just you talked about the ones briefly that you had in the demo.
I made them in the demo. So update, they're now roommates. They live together. They're best friends. It's just perfect. I also made Shadow from Eternal Champions, and in the past week, she and I got in a relationship, fell in love. We got married, and just yesterday,
wow.
I'm here to announce that we did have a baby.
Wow.
Wow. You are eternal champions of procreation.
I didn't
That's
even
right.
know. I don't know any of the characters from Eternal Champions. So
I was just trying to think of like obscure characters, not just common popular ones, whatever.
I mean, you got to have
So,
some
that was
ladies
one.
there, right? Or
Right,
something.
right. So she was one of them.
It needs to be someone for you or 47 to date or whatever.
I turned on the game yesterday when I got home from work, and the game started up with a notice. It said in text on the screen, someone has something to announce to you, and then it zoomed in on me and Shadow's house. There we were standing together, and then Shadow turned around, and there's a little baby. And then it goes into, this is totally unexpected. It goes into this, like, I want to say it was like probably 4-minute long, 5-minute long sequence of the baby growing up. And then the closest thing I could say it reminded me of the first 10 minutes of Up, where it was just
God.
Yeah, it was like surprisingly sweet and sentimental, but kind of, quirky and funny in a Tomodachi way. And I watched the baby grow up from being a baby to 8 years old, which is like the age that kids are in this game. I think it's like 8 to 12 or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's a kid in Tomodachi terms.
Like, once they're like walking around and talking, then
yeah, they're walking around talking. Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of Fire Emblem, where like you could hook up with your people in Fire Emblem, and then they like go into the baby dimension so they can get old enough to become part of your team to fight with you.
Fire Emblem.
There was a few of them that did that. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
well, Awakening I think was the first one to do it, but all their sequels did on 3DS also, like the like Fates and Birthright or whatever. They all had that too.
Do they do babies in Three Houses?
No. You don't really have relationships in Three Houses. I mean, you have people that you can like date, but you don't really like marry
go on
them
tea
and
parties
have
with or
kids
something.
or whatever. But yeah, the 3DS ones, you'd have kids, but the idea was you have kids and you like put your skills together, and then they end up being part of your team. So they kind of go to like this baby dimension, and then they grow up and come back, and now they're old enough to fight with you. So it just reminded me of that because they
It's
don't
like
want.
you don't deserve a childhood.
Yeah, well, they don't want you to. It's like, well, you don't want to deal with raising them. You just want them to be old enough to be able to kill people. So here you go.
We need meat to push up at the front of the line.
Yeah,
that's pretty much how it was. All of a sudden, it was a grown-up kid, and then here's something funny.
Can you turn it into a bird if you want it to not be on your island?
You can send him away, so you get a choice. When the kid grows up, you can say, I want him to move somewhere else, or I want him to live on the island. And I chose to have him live on the island, but I was thinking you'd be like, you like join my house or whatever. But no, your kid goes and gets their own house.
Yeah,
It's like you're like 8 years old. You got your own house already. Like,
well, they don't have to pay for anything there.
Yeah, it's an island paradise. It's wonderful, So my kid is there, and who else I got? I got Weird Al. That's another big one that I've paid a lot of attention to, and I have Weird Al courting Claire Redfield, and I don't know what we can do to get them together. He's been crushing on her, and she's been crushing on him. And
I want to hear an accordion love ballad about Claire Redfield.
Yeah, does he have an accordion? Can you put?
He has a guitar.
You can like make items, right, in the game.
You can. Yeah, you can make anything you want in the game. And I say that, but it'll be like a paper cutout. I can't like animate the accordion or whatever, but I can make an accordion. There's like it's been said before. There's no filter. You can just draw whatever you want. Including on the Mii's, you can draw their faces, whatever. You can make food. So one of the first creations that you'll do is it'll prompt you to make a cake, and it has like templates if you don't really want to create stuff. And a photo of a cake is one of them, and it said, here, decorate this cake any way you want. So I put a little purple cube on top, and I wrote Nintendo Game Cake on it. And so now that's everybody's favorite dessert on the island. Everybody talks about Nintendo Game Cake, to the point where that was my son's favorite word. We were trying to get him to say mommy or daddy, and he said Nintendo Game Cake.
Sure.
So
it's a lot of syllables for a first word.
Yeah.
He's a pretty talented guy, pretty proud of him. Yeah, if it doesn't it's not clear enough. Like I love this game. Like it's so funny, so charming. The only downside, of course, is that the lack of social, the lack of being able to share your stuff, which
can't download Mies, can't share anything.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like coming up with a great joke that you can only tell yourself and you can't tell anybody. Like, it's still worth it. It's still fun to do, but the point is to share it with people. And
I've learned some of those jokes that I think of are best just kept to myself.
Depending on what they are. Yeah, it is really weird. Yeah, it is really weird that you can't share it. But I've heard, I don't know. I mean, I've heard people say, like, oh, they made it like that because they'll share it anyway and it'll still create buzz around it. I don't know. It's a shame that you can't, like, send stuff to people, though.
It's dumb. It's real dumb.
Because people are finding a way to do it anyway.
The big push of the Switch 2 was it being more social now.
Yeah, right? With the game chat and the camera no one uses.
It's got a button to be social.
Right. This is the game that is entirely about being social, designed to be social, except for that it is not. So, I don't know. It's very frustrating. But if that's your hang up on it, I say get over it and give this game a try anyway, because it's I'm really, really enjoying it. Here, I'll tell you, like, one of the funny moments that I wish I could, like, record and share to everybody. I was trying to be friends with 47, okay? So I try to think of one of the things I like to do is if I have two different characters and one of them says, oh, I want to be friends with this guy, whatever, I try to think, it's fun for me to think, okay, what do those two characters, different though they might be, actually have in common, right? And so my character wanted to be friends with 47, and I thought, well, I'm not a contract killer, but I do like being, like, efficient. I think that's something I try to do.
Didn't you win an award when you were like 2?
Yeah. So here's the conversation as it went down. My character said, "Do you want to talk about efficiency optimization?" 47 says, "Okay." And I said, "I'm really into efficiency optimization. In fact, I won an award for it when I was just 3 years old." And 47 says, "Oh, I won that award when I was 2." And he just walked away. Like, it's so funny. That's great writing. It's very funny, and I just want to share it.
Just like
you can't do it.
He just wants to one up you.
Yeah. So that's my take on Tomodachi Life. I think it's wonderful. I'd give it I'd give it at least an 8. Like, I like it so much that I might even say a 9. But here's the thing: is like, it being a social game makes me want to share it even more. And so, like, I don't know, it really holds the score back quite a bit. Like, if it were shareable, if you could join each other's islands, I might give this a 10. I'd be tempted to. I just really like it that much. I don't see why they couldn't do it. Why they couldn't, like, have you share, like, say, just within. I understand they don't want stuff floating around on the internet. Fine, I'll take that. I'm not a social media person anyway. But, like, why can't I do it just like in Animal Crossing, where I can send you guys a letter? Yeah. And it's just between us, We're friends anyway. You're not going to be offended by anything I say, and vice versa. So why can't I just say, keep it all in game? Say my me wants to send a video to your me, the way we would just on our phones or whatever, to do it like that. So we've got everybody's approval. No one's going to be offended, and we get to share. That seems to be the solution to me.
Yeah.
Hopefully they implement something like that.
Yeah, maybe they'll add a Switch 2 upgrade after the fact. I doubt it, though.
Maybe so. I mean, they did it with Animal Crossing, 6 years beyond.
Yeah, like way down the way. I mean, I saw, like, some rumors floating around online that people thought they had, like, saw, like, Switch 2 edition data mine stuff or whatever. But I don't think that's gonna add any sort of anything other than mouse controls, and but.
Well, like the recent update to Mario Kart, people were complaining that you couldn't add. I forget what it was. You couldn't customize the races in some way, and then they ended up doing that, and they, that was in pretty short order.
And that's why it's worth $80
after the release. What's that?
That's why it's worth $80.
Yeah, that's why it's worth $80.
Yep.
I was gonna say, if there's an update on that game, I don't know, because I deleted it off my system, so I have no idea.
Yeah, there was some update where people were saying, "Oh, they like heard us. They heard what we were complaining about." So hopefully they read all the reviews, which are universally saying this needs to be a social game, and they just make that change. No big deal. No one's gonna be offended.
I think it's a bit. Yeah, I think it would be really annoying if you didn't have Mii's already to make them all. But you did. I've actually whenever the Switch Sports came out, I did actually import a ton of Mii's from my 3DS to the Switch. So I do actually have a lot of Mii's on my Switch already, just for Switch Sports. So I would have some already to do stuff with, I guess. Yeah, because when I did the demo, there was like 5 different versions of me and like 3 Jesses, and there's a few different characters on there.
To me, the game feels more like kind of an aquarium you look at once in a while more than a game to fully engage with. But obviously that's not true because, John, you're having a lot of time engaging with it. So
yeah, I
guess it's just how people approach it. I don't know, maybe the demo wasn't good enough.
It actually, I don't know how this is different from the first one because I never played the first one.
I have the first one.
I've heard that is more of an ant farm, and
I guess it still kind of sounds like the same thing that I experienced on the 3DS one, where you turn it on and the characters talk to each other and you laugh at it or you don't or whatever. I guess
But did the first one have like? Was it like was there like a universal hub area where you could watch them all walk around?
Yeah.
Like that, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I think there's just a lot more space and a lot more characters. That's a big thing about this versus the 3DS.
Now you can like design parts of the island, right? Like
you can design the whole thing.
You can do that on the other one, I don't think. But I also didn't play the other one for that long because it just, I don't know. It wasn't really, I didn't really get into it. It wasn't really for me. But I played for it long enough for Jess and I to get married, and that was about it, And I think Iron Man and Reagan from
once you get married, there's no work left.
We're dating, yeah. I mean, it was one of the things. It's I know it's kind of like The Sims, I guess. It's like whatever you put into it, Like back in the day, I bought like The Sims on GameCube, and I made a house where like the Toxic Avenger and the Noxious Offender lived together because I thought it was funny. But I mean, I don't really care that much anymore about that stuff, I guess. And there's a lot, like I said, there's a ton of games out, and it's just kind of like, even if I had the money to buy it, I don't see myself playing it.
To me, it sounds made for like families or roommates, or you know what I mean? Like that's kind of what they've limited it to. And so if you were in a household, like you were like maybe back in your early 20s or whatever, when you had like 3 roommates or whatever, it could have been more fun.
As far as like my, like my nephews and nieces, I just saw that like my nephew and my niece, who both play games a lot, have both got Tomodachi Life. So I guess the younger ones like it. seem to like it.
Yeah, maybe this is for Gen Z.
Yeah. Like so my nephew my nephew is 18 and my niece who's like in her 20s. It would be like I saw that they both got it, so But I'd like to see what their Mii's are, but I can't because there's no sharing. Damn it!
Sometime we should do
put me in there. Put your weird uncle on your fucking Mii world.
Weird Uncle Trey, who always says, "Have you played Nintendo today?" At the end of every sentence.
Yeah. Let me tell you about the Yakuza games.
So we should try that the actual game chat. So we'll keep talking about just to like, peep in on what everybody else is playing, whatever.
That's what I've been saying. Chatless game chat.
Yeah. So
one of these Thursdays, I'm just going to game chat you and just accept it, but I won't talk to you because I'm editing the podcast. I just want something to watch in the background.
That's cool. Yeah, do that sometime. I'll accept it. Yep.
Yeah, but I probably won't do it till if one of you is up, I'll send it to you. But I won't be talking to you because I'll be listening to you talk to me on my.
What are you sending me?
The game chat, so I can
see
whatever you're watching, whatever you're playing.
Oh, right. Where you can just watch people play. See, I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah. Well, you just don't have to just don't say anything and just put up your whatever you're playing.
It's basically like a really small version of Twitch.
Yeah, it's a really bad one too. where like the frame rate's really awful. But I mean, I'm willing to give it a try, and see what it looks like. But yeah,
Well,
we've talked like
thing.
30 some minutes about Tomodachi. But is there anything else you want to say?
Let me say one last funny thing that I did. I created my parents, and
Wow,
That seems backwards.
bringing the whole family in there.
Yeah. It is backwards. Yes, I created my parents. Yep. But when you make me's that are real world people, you can set relations. So you can say this this brother, this is partner, cousin, whatever.
So you don't marry your family member.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's the idea, right?
Exactly.
Probably.
Or if you say that this person is the spouse of that person, they'll be more likely to get together, right? So I did that, made my parents, and I went and introduced my mom to my dad, and my mom immediately fell head over heels, and my dad was a little bit more reticent, and the game prompted me and said, "Oh, my mom asked me, do you think I should ask him out? There's an option to remain friends for now, or just go for it." And I said, just go for it. So my mom made the move, and and hearts in her eyes and all that kind of stuff. And Ed, do you want to go out with me? And my dad said, I don't know, and like flatly it turned her down, which is just, it set my mom into a spiral for a full day. She didn't want to talk to anybody. She was all grayed out in the game, like the space around her was just like grayed out, like an antique photo or something, and there was rain clouds over her head.
She's a sepia tone now.
She was sepia toned, yeah. And I went to talk to her this morning, and she's sitting on the beach looking out at the sea. She's like, I don't feel like talking to anybody right now. So
Okay.
I just thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
Like, my dad rejected my mom, and then went and hung out with Weird Al afterward.
You have to buy her
so
like
funny.
a hamster cage house or something like that.
Yep.
I guess you can get them things to figure out whatever they like and get them a hot dog suit or something.
Yep.
Whatever, yeah. Whatever can make them happy. I figured if I had the Tomodachi itch, I can just play it on 3DS, which I have it. I found it, but I still haven't. Still haven't put it in the system. But I could do that, I guess, if I really want.
You have the power.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. Go back and see if they're all dead or not. I don't think any of them can die, but maybe they're just all lonely. Maybe they all have flies, like the Nintendogs game. When you when you don't take care of your dogs, they all have flies. They can't die, but they can get really dirty when you don't take care of them for a while. I guess since we were going on the Pragmadachi thing,
Yeah, go for it.
I got Pragmata, of course.
I heard that it's actually supposed to be pronounced Pragmata.
I mean,
Pragmata,
tomato,
Like
tomato. I don't know.
Or...
Like someone said that the game actually says Pragmata.
I mean, it's a real word.
I mean, the character, the kid, the Diana kid, she's a Pragmata.
Okay.
It's a type of a droid, of an android. That she is. Minor spoilers. I've only played the game for like 10 hours, but when you first meet her, she says, "I'm a Pragmata," and she says she's like, I'm DIA 001122, and then the main Hugh guy is like, I'm just going to call you Diana because I'm not going to say.
Pragmata is a
those
Greek word,
letters.
and it means things or stuff.
Yeah. Well, in this game, it's also a type of android, which is what she is. She's a Pragmata, or however you would pronounce it. I don't know. She only said it like once, because once you start calling her Diana, she just only wants to be called Diana. So she doesn't talk about that.
Not Diagmata.
And all that. But no, I mean, it's a really cool game. It's different than anything else I've really played. I like the way it works. I've heard people compare it to like a Hideo Kojima game, and I can see that in there a little bit. But
I saw Bob Servo say something calling it Dad Space, and then that became like,
oh
I don't know
yeah,
if the meme originated there, but I've seen a bunch of memes calling it Dad Space.
Oh, I didn't know that he was playing it. I mean, it's what I think is really interesting about it. It's very much like a virtual dad simulator type thing. But the cool thing is like Hugh's not a dick. Like the main dude, he kind of actually sort of reminds me of Kiryu from Yakuza, and they sort of have the same upbringing, because the main character Hugh, basically you're this space whatever. You're the space engineer. The game takes place on the moon, in the way future. And you're going there because there's some sort of issue with the communication or whatever there. And, like regular Star Trek plot, right? Somebody sends an SOS or they can't communicate with whoever's on the planet. They go to try to figure it out. He goes there and the moon has this whole space station on there created out of 3D printed images, which I think is a whole thing. So most of it's all 3D printed stuff, but it's called Luminous or Luminary or something like that is printed from. But it's, there's these robot mannequin looking things that are AI, AI robots or whatever that, they turn on you when you get there and all your people get killed. All the people that come with you get killed and you're stuck on the moon against these AI zombies. And you happen to run into Diana, who, has the ability to hack the AI zombies to make it to where you can fight them because you cannot hurt them at all without her hacking ability. Because you have to open their skin up or whatever to be able to shoot them. And that's what you do with the hacking, which you do with the face buttons as you're aiming and dodging. And the game gets pretty fucking hard. I've only died in the training missions, which are incredibly hard also. But there was a part where I was and I think I'm at the third set of missions, which is called the Terror Dome. Not the Terror Dome, but the Terra Dome. That's why I said welcome to the Terror Dome earlier. Which is the first thing I thought of when I got there. But there was this part where I had to fight. There's a lot of areas where they throw a bunch of guys at you and you got to fight them all at once. Like old school games. And there was a part where I had to fight 4 guys at once. But there was also a spinning laser in the middle of the room that was going in circles. So I actually had to dodge the laser while I'm trying to fight 5 other guys and hack them at the same time. And they have these robots that heal other robots. So I have to make sure that I'm killing them because they'll be healing the robots. So it's just a lot of shit going on at once. And dodging the stupid laser that keeps going in a circle while I'm trying to fight 6 guys and hack them at the same time. So it can be, it can get pretty fucking complicated. All the things you have to do at once. But I think it looks incredible. It looks great. They're using the same sort of technology that they did with Resident Evil, as far as I understand, where they do the 500p and then they use the DLSS to make it look better, but it runs at 60 FPS and all that fun shit. I really don't notice. I don't really notice much with the Strand hair looking different. She her hair looks shiny. It doesn't move quite as well as it's done in the other ones, but really it doesn't bother me at all. It really, if you didn't know, if you hadn't seen the other one, you really wouldn't think anything of it. Her hair doesn't look fried. It doesn't look like Leon's hair in Resident Evil 9, which looks super fried. It looks much better than that. It just kind of, it just doesn't move as naturally as it would in the other ones. But,
hair
who
today,
cares?
gone tomorrow.
Who really cares? She is an artificial being. Her hair does not have to look human necessarily. But no, yeah, it's cool to see. He was just, he was a. So, he goes there, his friends get killed, but he's adopted also. He doesn't have a family, so that's what I'm saying, where he's like Kiryu, where Kiryu was adopted by the Yakuza and all that, and he ends up adopting kids, because of, because, he had no parents, and there's other kids that have no parents, so he decides to take care of them.
Same with Ichiban.
And that's kind of what's happening here, too, with, he feels like he should take care of her because he didn't have a family, and she didn't have a family either, and you find these REMs, as they're called, which are called Read Earth Memories. And they're basically items that you can get her from Earth. And you kind of build this house for her in a way in the shelter. There's this game has its own sort of roguelite thing to it too. Even though it's not a roguelite, it still kind of feels like one. Because, you have your base that you go to, you go out and do things, and then you come back with the stuff that you do in the world, and then you build up your suit and your weapons, and you have hack abilities that you can build up, and also there's like you would in a roguelite, there's different things you can add to yourself to boons or whatnot, and you unlock various slots for them, and you can carry more things at once at different times. And in the shelter, you can bring these read Earth memories, and you can basically create items. So you find like the crayons in the demo. You find those crayons, you bring them back. She'll start drawing pictures for you in different times of the story, and you start putting the pictures that she drew her around the this virtual world that you're creating for her. Or you'll get a slide, or you'll get a basketball, or like stuff that she can play with, or you get like a TV that shows like cartoon shows and stuff like that she can watch, and you build this world that she gets to interact with, and you talk to her and she'll talk to you about stuff, and she'll ask dumb questions, but like I said, Hugh's not a dick about it. He'll actually talk to her about things and try to explain to her, the way things work on Earth, or what it was like to lose all of his teammates when they came to the Earth, when they came to the moon and they all died, like she wants to know about that. Like I don't know, it's really it's real genuine. It feels like I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've not watched any reviews of this game. I don't want to see any spoilers. But I'm afraid that something's going to happen. I hope not. I hear everybody talking about being like, I hope nothing happens to Diana, because he's of course saying like,
Last of Us like really scarred everyone.
Sure. Well, I mean, she didn't die.
One thing I've heard across the board about this game is that the writing is really good.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's great. I think it's excellent. Yeah, no, it's written really well. The dialogue I think is great between the characters, and yeah, it's I find the world very intriguing, and it's cool because like I said, like there's this like the space station that's like 3D printed on the moon, but everything's kind of like fucked up. Like it's not right. Like you go to the second like area that you go to. It's basically supposed to kind of be like New York, like a Times Square or whatever, but everything's kind of fucked up. There's like cars that are like buried in the ground, and like some stuff is upside down and some stuff is on the side, and it's like creating this world, but everything's not right, and a lot of it is twisted and not exactly where it should be, And I posted a video on our Facebook channel that I think I got a couple thousand views for, but. There's the one where there's like a table that's like on the wall, and Hugh talks about like how nice it was for people to talk to him when he was a child and all this stuff, and then she's like, oh, like dialogue can like refuel your cells or whatever, like trying to make it sound like a robot thing or whatever. But yeah, no, there's a lot of like really cool like parts to it that are like. I don't know. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like it's like Donkey Kong Bonanza but with more heart. I guess.
Right.
Donkey Kong Bonanza I thought was one big problem I had with it was that they were already friends. Like he meets her and then all of a sudden they're the best friends, and I never felt like it was earned. The whole like
I can see that.
Paulina Donkey Kong thing. It's just like we just have to. There's no like. We're just all of a sudden we're best friends.
He's projecting onto Donkey Kong I don't think that like Donkey Kong talks or whatever. Like he's just a dumb dude that has other ideas, and he's protecting her, but he's not like raising her like a father. Like it's not the same thing at all. He's just protecting her.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I don't know. I just wish there was a little bit more with that. Like all of a sudden they're just best friends hanging out, and I'm like, well, shouldn't there have been?
She's just projecting onto him. It's like a giant teddy bear that she has.
But with Pragmata, they both need both of them to play the game. Like I said, you can't attack the bad guys without Diana hacking the bad guys, because you can't hurt them with your guns at all if they are not hacked. So it's like, there's a very much like you both need each other. And there's a part where like there's a virtual cat that Diana finds. This is pretty early in the game, and she like chases the cat and she like falls off the ledge, and Hugh like catches her and he's like, oh, what are you doing? I need you. And she's like, oh, no, if I fell and I broke, you could just put me back together, because I'm a robot. And he's like, no, I need you. So that's kind of, there's like really cool, like. It's like
Johnny Five.
Moments like that, where it's
when
like.
Johnny Five is talking about reassembling the grasshopper that he stepped on.
Sure. So, no, I'm enjoying it a lot. I think it looks really cool. And I like the weirdness of it. I found a couple like fun, like Easter eggs in there. Like I saw a poster for a Ghouls and Ghosts movie. Of course, the Ghouls and Ghost arcade. And of course I saw a poster that says Resident Devil. And like it says like the E is highlighted. Obviously it's supposed to be Resident Evil, but there's fun stuff like that. And there's like posters that are like Dead Space, but like one word is changed. It obviously knows what it is, a lot of people would compare this to Dead Space, and I do see some similarities to it, and it made me kind of want to. I mean, I have Dead Space 1 and 2 physical on my PS3. It made me kind of want to go through it again, because I really, really enjoyed both those games. And it made me, I was tempted to get that Chronos game because it was on sale too, because that was like another like space horror game, and I like space horror stuff. But this game doesn't really feel like any of those games. Is also what's cool about it. It's like so bright, but it's in a good way. It's not like, like how we talked about a couple episodes ago.
It's like Resident Evil 5.
Like Resident Evil 5, how Resident Evil 5 was bright but awful at the same time. Like nothing was scary or dumb. This game still has gotten me a couple times, probably because like in the New York area, there's a lot of like just mannequins around, like in the shops and stuff. Then there was one time I was walking down a hallway and I walked past like 8 mannequins, and then one of them was an AI zombie thing that tried to kill me, and it totally got me. Like it was a jump scare that got me because I didn't expect it, and it blended in with the other ones, and then it just like comes at me with the fucking lightsaber blade thing and tries to cut my head off, and I'm like, like that one actually scared me.
I mean, from what you're describing, like
yeah,
familiar locations like being really uncanny, like that's
yeah,
got to be somewhat like a type of horror on its own, like a type of psychological horror.
Yeah, it's got a lot of cool, like, I don't know, it's got like sort of like Truman Showy type stuff to it. Like there was a part in the Terror Dome where you find like this fake beach, or like what was it?
Eternal Sunshine.
Night City. What was the one? The Crow one?
Dark City.
Dark City, yeah. Like or like Dark City, where you have like the fake, you have like there's a part where you come to a beach and it's like a sunset, but then if you look on the side on the walls, it says like, wall type 4 or whatever. You can tell that there's fakeness, but it looks really pretty, but you can see like the constructed part of it. It's really cool. Like I think the design of it's really neat. And it's who knows how. I think there's like 4 or 5 level sets to get through. I've been taking my time. Like I got this upgrade basically to where at any time in the game, if you press the Y button, it'll kind of do a scan of the area, and it'll show you like, you have these like little ladders that you can climb down that'll take you back into the shelter. It'll show you wherever that is, wherever the one that you've already unlocked is. And it'll also show you like where you need to go next. It'll be like, here's your point of interest. This is where you need to head to. But you can upgrade that to show you like where all the collectibles and stuff in the world are. And I've just been using that and just trying to 100% all of the areas. And 100%ed the first one, but the second one, there's still stuff I don't have the abilities to get to yet. Like I'm like, I know it's over there, but I can't get past that yet because I can't get rid of whatever's stopping me from getting there. So it kind of has its own sort of Metroidvania-ness to it, I guess, in that way. So, but yeah, it's been, I highly recommend it for anyone who wants to play a game.
I'm very interested in it. I have the demo, which I should give it a try sometime.
Try out the demo. I just think the way the game plays is really cool. Like just because it's not really, like I said, it's not really like anything else that I could think of. Like with the whole, with control. I mean, I've heard people compare it to like The World Ends With You. With like having like to control the top screen and the bottom screen at the same time. It's kind of like that, because you got to dodge and shoot with one guy, but also hack with the other person, at the same time. So it kind of has this whole like, I don't know, multiple
duality or something.
Yeah, this whole like whatever you would call that,
duality,
multitasking through the game. But no, I think it looks cool, and it's but I've been enjoying it. I really have no idea where the story is going to go, so I don't want to. Like I said, I don't really want to hear any sort of spoilers about it. And it's cool that it's like it's Capcom, but and also like just playing it, it's nice to be able to be like, in the zeitgeist of like a new big game on Switch 2, like a game that everybody's talking about, and have it on like your system, your preferred system, that you like to play.
And one that's from a whole new series also.
Yeah, from a brand new IP too, that's been in development for, I don't know, for a while, I guess, for the past like 6 years or so from what I heard. But it's just walking around in the game and being like, oh, hey, like this is like a brand new, like, AAA game from Capcom that's on the Switch 2. Came out on the same day and date as everything else.
Neat. Just like Resident Evil.
And I think that in itself is a pretty awesome thing to be like, hey, we did it. We did
somebody's,
it, guys.
Somebody's treating the Switch 2 right.
Capcom is. Yeah, they're loving the hell out of it. I think they're doing a great job bringing some big games there. I think we're still going to get... since the launch of Switch 2, we've gotten, got Resident Evil 6. Well, not... We did get 6.
Requiem.
We got Resident Evil Requiem. I was confusing it with
and date.
Well, we got Street Fighter 6 at the beginning, but the Street Fighter 6 released on the same day as like the last DLC character for that Street Pass, or for that collection came with the game, and they did like 4 amiibo also, and we got Resident Evil Requiem and with 7 and 8 also, and then we got like the Monster Hunter Stories 3. Like they're really just pumping it out for the system. And I think
no Monster Hunter
Wilds.
Whatever the Wilds, that's what it's called.
But there's been rumors out there that it's coming, so
I would much prefer another original.
Yeah, me too.
Monster Hunter.
I would rather see like an actual like Rise sequel, like a sequel to Rise, like optimized specifically for Switch 2. That would be really cool. I mean, with all the support we've getting from Capcom, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I'm happy to see them doing all this cool stuff. And yeah, Pragmata, just a strange cool game, and it just feels so unique,
It's been like in development for quite a while, right? Like, didn't it get announced like a really long time ago?
Yeah, I thought it got announced in like 2020 or something like that. Like, so it even got announced like a long ass time ago on like a PlayStation whatever state of play thing or something like that.
I'm just saying it's obvious they put the work in to make it good for the release. So I'm happy to hear that it's a good game. Do I care about it? Probably not. But it sounds like a good game.
Well, you're going to hear a lot of people talk about it because I've already seen it all over the place.
Yeah.
One thing I love, no fall damage. You can fall from no matter where and you don't die. I hate fall damage so much. It drives me crazy. And it's nice to have a game with no fall damage and like your main weapon you cannot run out of ammo for ever. You have infinite
That's kind
ammo,
of Dead Spacey.
which I like. I like that too. I wish more games had that. Like, I think that should be a thing. Like, I never mentioned that with Dead Zone Rogue, the game, the roguelike that I really like, the first-person shooter. You have infinite ammo in that game. You never run out of ammo. Like, that should just be a thing. What was it? Star Wars Outlaws. Your base gun, infinite ammo. You never run out of ammo.
I'd say like kind of makes sense. A Zat-based weapon would keep going.
Because that kind of makes, it's just like, I don't know. That's its own like annoyance is like, running out of ammo and constantly searching for ammo.
Resident Evil games, like the knife was kind of your like weapon that never ran out of ammo in a sense, but then they were like, let's give it durability.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess Resident Evil 9, once you beat the game, you can buy an unbreakable knife, of course, for your playthrough. So that is there. But I like that. I like the unlimited ammo. I like no fall damage. Yes,
I'm pretty sure like the knife has durability even in the 4 remake. Sadly.
It also reminded me of Dawn of Sorrow, of the Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow.
Interesting.
Because the first I fought like a really big boss, and at the end of the boss you have to do a hack to kill it. And if you remember in Dawn of Sorrow, you have to like draw that symbol, on your 3DS or just on regular DS. It reminded me of that because I have to draw a symbol while hacking with Diana to beat the boss. It's like a complicated hack that you have to do as the final like death blow there. And it reminded me of that game, except it was a lot easier.
Hopefully easier.
I didn't mess it up. But I'm sure there's going to be bosses in the future where I do.
I've always seen like what I played was like square grids. Does it get more like complicated with like angular lines and stuff?
It's a square grid, but you'll get like stuff that you can't hit or stuff that'll hurt you if you hit it, like stuff within the grid.
So they just keep adding things.
And there's different icons that you can get in there. Like I got this one thing that's really cool, like basically where you can damage the guy they'll go down and then you can go up and put your gun under their chin and like blow their head off. Like that's really cool. Like that's a move that you
in
can
front
do.
of a child.
You can do that in in Resident Evil Requiem. But I just love doing that. Like if you can get to it, it's like a purple icon and you can get over that, you get them down and then you go up and hit the trigger button and then you can do like heavy damage to them. And yeah. And I've gotten a ton of different weapons too. Like there's a lot of shit.
Flip them over for heavy damage?
No, you just got to knock them down on their one knee, and then you hit them under the chin. But I got a ton of extra weapons on there, like shotguns, like plasma rifles. Like I got like a chargeable thing. There's like drone. I got drones that you can send out to attack people while you're hacking, and there's different things that you can do when you're hacking. Of course, like there's an icon that you can do where you can hack one guy, and it'll actually affect like all the other robots next to him. Or there's one where you can like knock him, where it'll do enough damage to knock him on the ground. You can there's a hack where you can turn them on your side and have them fight other bots for you. Like there's a bunch of different shit you can do that you can work into your loadout, for different things, and you collect them in the levels also. But yeah, you can make them fight for you, or you can use like environmental puzzles. Like there's one guy, or there's these robots that will shoot missiles at you, and you can target the missile, and you can hack the missile, and you can make the missile turn around and shoot back at the guy and blow him up. Like there's really cool shit you can do like that. Or there's like there's a part where there's like if you hack at the right time, you can make this like fire will come out of the ground and like blow and burn everybody who's there. There was a training mission where you had to do that, where they throw like 12 zombies at you at once, and one of the bonus objectives was to kill them all at once with that fire burning thing. And I did it. I got them all and at the right time. So, and you get these cabin coins which you can use to unlock different stuff. And there's like a bingo system with that. When you get a bingo, you get extra costumes for your characters. I've already unlocked like 6 different costumes for Hugh to change into, and I have a couple for Diana, but not as many. But she keeps talking about wanting to have different clothes. So, oh, and I got a special costume for playing the demo too. I got like a samurai suit for Diana and Hugh for completing the demo. So,
oh, nice.
I like that, where they actually give you shit for playing the demo. You get your own. I think Dragon Quest VII did that too, where you got special outfits for the characters if you played the demo. So, but yeah, it's I'm really enjoying it a lot. So, check it out. Yeah. So, anyway, do you guys want to take a break?
Sounds good.
All right. We'll come back and talk.
Pragmadachi break.
Yeah. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about all the other games and whatever news is left.
God, I am.
So, stay tuned.
Hey, you.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, you. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear our bonus shows, which happen every month.
I'm tired.
Tired of all the big corporate podcasts spoon-feeding you the same old video game news on every single show?
Spaghetti. Ravioli.
Then expand!
With NintenDomain Expansion Pack.
It's us talking about old games that were important to us. It's us interviewing people that we meet at conventions. And heck, it's live shows from those same conventions. It's basically everything you could want that NintenDomain ever made.
Here we go!
And it's just $1 a month.
That's less than a bad indie on the eShop.
It's $12 a year, which is less than Nintendo Switch Online.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon and supporting NintenDomain.
Just go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and, hey, Mario, let go. Whoa! He's throwing us back to the show.
So long, Bowser.
Patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast.
Game over.
back from the break. John and I have both talked about one game. Why doesn't Jeremy talk about one game, and then we'll all go and talk about the games we didn't talk about or something?
Sure. Should I talk about a new game then, or what? Does it matter?
Why don't you talk about Vampire Crawlers? Since I
Yeah,
guess
let me talk about a new game.
about the big new stuff that came out.
Hey, come on now! I was going to be the one who said what the name was. No, I'm just kidding.
What? Yeah, what is that game called? That's the sequel to.
So Vampire Crawlers. I didn't even know this game existed until yesterday, and then I bought it about 10 minutes after I saw someone post a YouTube impression of it. I didn't know about it. Like, maybe it's something I've seen and just never stored in my brain. So it's possible I'd seen about it, or it's been in the Slack at some point or whatever. I don't know.
I remember that it was coming, but I didn't know when, and I didn't expect it
I guess
to be
there was
yesterday.
some sort of like
know?
Beta version on Steam for a bit now. But I didn't know that. Like I said, I didn't know that any of this until today, or yesterday rather, as of the time of this recording. And I saw this video about it, and I saw it literally just said Vampire Crawlers, and I'm like, I don't know why I clicked on it, because I'm like, this sounds like, if I had just seen it, I would have assumed it was like a bootleg version or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it was just like, oh, this is another Vampire Survivors but they're calling it Vampire Crawlers. But that's not what it is at all. It's called Crawlers because it's a dungeon crawler. Spoilers. It's a card-based dungeon crawler, but it's still Vampire Survivors. It's still the same game. It's like crazy how well they've done here. I think if you've played something like, especially Slay the Spire, this reminds me of how the mana system works, like with how many cards you can play, or it's more like the more powerful the card, the more points it costs to use. But early on in the game, you can hit a button, because it doesn't really matter to be strategic at first. You're going to try to learn how the card system works, but there's a button you can play, which just like play every card. And it'll just play all your cards from the most powerful to the weakest until you run out of mana. And it does that for you whenever you want it to. But like, I've gotten to the point in the game where I'm being more strategic, so I manually play my cards. But it's not that complicated. It's a really simplistic card game where you're fighting literally all the characters you fight are from Vampire Survivors. The characters you would normally unlock that you would play as, like the different, I don't even know their names, but there's all kinds of different characters you unlock as you play through it. They are called crawlers, hence crawlers also. And they are a card that you play, but they stick around for a while, and you can upgrade how long they stick around. And they give you like stat buffs and stuff. So anyway, it's not, I don't know. I just never would have thought in my life. I've said it before, but man, just getting so excited about a card-based game. This game is so fun. Like, I just have to pull myself away from it. I had to last night. I played it for probably like 2 hours. And I was like, I need to go to bed, but I want to play more. And I had to like talk myself out of it. And that's the way Vampire Survivors was when I first played it too. So the gameplay is extremely well polished, I would say. Like, the presentation is super crude, and like everything that you're walking through like a 3D dungeon, so to speak, but it's really just a 2D dungeon, and you're seeing it from like a first person view. But all the enemies are represented on a map that you see over on the left side of the screen, and eventually you unlock like the ability to see where all the chests and the breakable items, like torches and stuff like that, where you'll get your floor chickens. Everything's here from Vampire Survivors. It's just a different way of approaching it, and I like it a lot. I think it's really good. It's very addictive. I've gotten to the third level, and the third level is like you're crossing this bridge, and you're just fighting these waves of enemies that are fucking hard. But it's still fun because I just want to keep going at that bridge. And, like Vampire Survivors, you take the coins with you to the shop afterwards, and you upgrade stuff. And you upgrade your health, you upgrade your dirt, or your shield. You do all kinds of like stat-based upgrades, and you also like can go to a blacksmith eventually and give your cards more weapons or gem slots. And these are like special little, when you find a chest, sometimes it'll have a gem upgrade in it, and you can put that on a card in your hand, and then it'll make it like 4 times as powerful, or it'll make it so like after you play it, it goes back in your hand again, or cool stuff like that. And it works the same way as Vampire Survivors. Like very early on in the game, you're gonna feel super OP and just be blazing through the game. But then you get to the next level and it doesn't feel like that anymore. Similar to Vampire Survivors, you also start at level 1 each time you start a level, and you're gaining your level as you eliminate enemies and pick up the gems. So yeah, this game is great. Like they were like, how do we make Vampire Survivors into a dungeon crawler? And they did it perfectly. It feels like the glitz and glamour is all there, the flashiness, the silliness, as far as like they still call it Santa water, you know, even though that was they realized that people were going to think it meant Santa Claus after the fact, but it's an Italian game, so that just means Saint water in Italian. They still call it Santa water. They left Santa water, and they still call it floor chicken. And wow, what a great game! I highly recommend it. And I don't remember what it was. It was like, I want to say like $10. Yes, yeah. Worth every penny.
It's on Switch. It's on Switch and Switch 1 and 2, same price.
Yeah, if you don't like card games, maybe don't buy it. But if there's ever a chance to play like a trial or something, I think if you even have a little bit of love for Slay the Spire, then you're going to go crazy over this. And if you love Vampire Survivors and you like Slay the Spire, this is the perfect blend of the two, in my opinion.
With
less roguelike. It's really not as roguelike as you would think it would be. Like, I think the maps are consistent, because I noticed on the bridge, like, it was the same every time I tried. So I think that it's not a true roguelike. You're just like hitting your head against the wall and leveling up as you do it.
So I didn't play Slay the Spire, but I'm trying to picture like how does this game actually control. So you got it's first person. You've got a bunch of cards in front of you. Do you have like free movement, or
you have free movement in like a if you were like looking from above, and it's a map, but it's still like a 2D space you're going through, you know, like it's like Zelda in the sense of it's a first person view, but it's still a 2D map that you're going through. And you use your left and right analog sticks to, if you want to rotate and move, or you can stay facing the same direction and strafe over. It doesn't really matter, because there's a map on the bottom left that you could essentially play the game with just that map, really. Like, but that wouldn't be as fun. It represents everything that's, you know, eventually when you upgrade enough, it represents everything that's on the map and where the boss is and where to go for the, like, every level or every like stage has like a treasure chest where you have to fight like a huge wave of bosses to get. And that's optional. You don't have to go get that. Also, it eventually, you know, you'll see where the chests and the breakable items are. You can just try to do that before even starting to fight. So that's a strategic thing. But also, you might be like, I don't want to break that torch because if it has a floor chicken in it, I want to save that for when I need it. And there's no, so far I haven't found a way to actually restore your health other than finding a floor chicken in one of the torches.
Is it like the other one where if you get enough stuff, it kind of plays itself, like where you don't have to do anything? Like,
yes,
it still has that, right?
Some of the cards are like that, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I love Vampire Survivors. What was it, number 4 or 5 of that? It was definitely on my Game of the Year list when it came out. I mean, I played the crap out of that game, and it was basically everything you were saying. You know, where like, you know, you play a run for an hour, and then you play another run, and you play another run, and then it's been like 6 hours later, and you're like, what the fuck happened? You know, it very much does that, where it sucks you into it.
Yes,
and I remember like
this
playing
does the same thing,
like picking up my Switch and playing it in bed, and like not wanting to get out of bed and just keep playing run after run and be like, I have to go do things. Like, this sucks. You know, like I remember being incredibly addictive. And I was a little bit.
And the permanent upgrade part, like, is the most fun part, because that's where it's like, well, I like, this sucks. I can't beat this. Well, guess what? I can make myself permanently more powerful, and then now it's going to be more fun.
Yeah. I mean, I was just hesitant for it, well, because of, a lot of other things coming out and also like the card aspect of it. Because I'm not really, I bought Slay the Spire and I couldn't get into it. So,
Is the movement fluid like in Doom, or is it like an old school dungeon crawler where you turn right and then
It's a grid. It's absolutely like I said, the 3D map is only there for the visual component. Like you could play it with the little 2D map in the bottom left corner.
I see.
But that wouldn't be that fun. I mean, maybe in 1981 it would have been, but now we want like the glitz and glamour of it all and the flashy. Like I said, it's the same as like the guy who made Vampire Survivors worked on gambling games before that, so he knew like you got to reward the player for everything they do with like all this stuff, so they want to keep playing. And so it's like that in this too. Like you play a card, it's a good card, you're gonna see some crazy shit on screen, and it's just one of the cards in your hand. It's not like you build up to it or whatever. It just rewards you for everything you do and makes you feel like you're super powerful and cool.
How does it convey that same effect in Vampire Survivors? Like, okay, you start off with 15 enemies on the screen, whatever, but before you know it, there's 200 enemies swarming all around you. If it's in a first person view, do you still get that same kind of?
No, because it's the swarming only happens within the battles, and they're turn-based battles.
Okay,
but they play very quickly and very efficiently. Like I said, it's a very simplistic. I imagine it's deep if you really get to understanding it. I'm trying to, but mostly I just like get a card I like and then try to upgrade it as much as I can. That's how I play this game. So that there's this one card in my hand, and the most cards I've had in my hand at one time is like 12, I think, like a deck of 12. So I haven't played that far into it. So the likelihood of that really good card showing up, I'm just saying, being dealt to you is very high. So upgrading your individual cards is very rewarding and fun. And some of that stuff carries over. I'm not sure exactly how. I think it's kind of like Vampire Survivors, where like once you find a weapon, then it'll show up more often or whatever. And it's kind of like once you find a card that might be kind of rare, it'll show up more often randomly in future plays. I mean, I've only really played this game a couple hours, but I feel like most people could wrap their head around it pretty quick, because it doesn't really, it can basically play itself for the first little bit, and you kind of learn as you watch it play itself in a sense, but it still feels like you're making the decisions that you're doing the right thing, because this game knows how to make you feel that way. And that's one of the best things about what this guy makes as a programmer. I mean, here's two examples that I know of, and I have not played any of his gambling games, and I hope I never do.
Yeah. They're everywhere. You can't get away from them.
And I mean, I'm hoping this is his way of getting out of it, and I think that's what he said. Like, he didn't want to do that anymore.
Oh, I thought he had I mean, I guess I haven't watched anything about it, but I was hoping he had gotten out of it with Vampire Survivors, since that was such a big success.
This guy, one of the coolest things about him when I watched it, he had a documentary on YouTube. I always forget what the name of the company is.
No Clip.
No Clip. There we go.
I even know it because you've asked for it so many times.
I don't know why I can never remember that, but yeah, that documentary is great. And he literally was like, well, I need to move closer to London, because he was Italian, but Europe is Europe. So he's like, I want to move to London because I want to do programming and stuff, but I don't know any English. So he got a job at McDonald's to learn English. Like, he learned English through working fast food.
Smart.
I fucking love that.
Wow.
That's a man of the people right there. Yeah, sure. This game's great. The fact I like the guy doesn't, maybe it does affect it. I don't know. Whatever. This game's great.
I like how the size of the game is like exactly twice the size of
is it
Vampire Survivors. I was just looking at it because, well, Vampire Survivors is 600 megs and this one is 1.2 gig.
Oh, right.
So it's like, well, I mean, I was like, it can't be that big.
There is is like a hub area, which is kind of fun. It's not just like a menu, it kind of presents itself as more of like a visual hub that you could explore, but I don't think exploration is really a thing in this game. Like, I haven't found exploration at all. I think it just serves as a GUI for what you do.
But there's still like the combinations of the items and all that. That was the stuff I really liked. Was
yes, and
finding like really cool combo stuff for the
and
for
you
the
can
original
upgrade
ones.
or you can evolve weapons and stuff.
Yeah,
and then the gems that you can eventually put more. And I haven't gotten that far yet, but you can eventually, whenever this card shows up, now it has 2 gem slots permanently. So now I can put 2 crazy effects on it. Like you could put a ×2 and a ×2 for a ×4 or whatever that is. Or you could do a ×2 and it returns to your hand, so you get to use that really powerful attack twice in a row. And so I like this game.
Nice. Well,
$10 well spent.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely on my radar. I mean,
Music's awesome too.
Oh yeah, music was excellent on the other one. I mean, it's just like maybe I'm afraid of getting it because I know like how much the other one took hold of me, and there's all these other games I want to play. So it's like,
that's okay. I mean, it's not going to go up in price, so
that's true.
$10 is an okay price to buy it whenever you feel like it.
That's true. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, do you want to just go through the rest of your stuff? I guess I saw that you got a game. Yeah. I saw you got a game that you've.
Yeah,
I know you've played put a lot of time into again, but why not? It's on sale.
Well, it was on sale. It was like half price, so I got it. I mean, it was under 20, so I bought it.
Which is what game?
Blueprints.
Yeah, we didn't.
That's why I said I was getting blue. What?
Oh, yeah. No, I'll say we didn't actually say the name of it. Yeah, Blueprints. Yeah, so it's on sale for $18 again. So cool.
Yeah, I bought it. I was like, that's worth it because what I say, I bought it again for the first time. Just like the Titanic line, like watch again for the first time when it first came out on VHS.
The Terra Firma line.
I
want to see it again for the first time.
But Blueprints, I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to pay money for it because the first time I played it was on PS Plus, which I paid.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But I never actually purchased it, so to speak. That's how I've done my little mental gymnastics to be like, I'm going to drop money on it now and give this developer some cash because I want this on the Switch too. I've wanted this on the Switch since I first played it.
Yes, I thought about putting it on Slack, but I was like, well, Jeremy already played it and John already has it, so the only person I'd be telling is me because I'm the one that doesn't have it. Yeah. But it's like I felt like I didn't need to put the sale on the Slack because I didn't think that you'd buy it again. But here we are. You bought it again.
And I was a little worried, like I would not have as much fun because I'm, so far in the other version that I've put like over 100 hours into, including the time I had to like make up because of the fucking save bug where it erased like several hours of gameplay. Anyway, don't have to get into that. PlayStation.
Oh yeah, but, I forgot about that.
I know you listen to this podcast, PlayStation. But no, this one is on the Switch too, and it feels great. I love it. It's the same game, but I was worried that I would have to relearn things as well. And now I remembered it all right away. Like it all came back to me. I'm back to like managing my resources and making strategic decisions to get more steps or more gems or whatever it takes to try to find room 46. And I've played about 5 rounds, and I've gotten up to the one level below room 46, but I wasn't able to open the door. That's a big part of the game. You got to get to 46. And once you do that, that's basically where the game really starts. Like any good game, it starts when it ends.
It starts at the ending. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's going to be my goal for the week is to just get to room 46. I'm not going to try to put a whole lot of time into it, but it's a great game to just flashback to between doing these other things, these other games I play, which now I've got Vampire Crawlers. That one's really addictive. And I got to be like, why don't you go play Blueprints for a little bit? Because that one's really addictive too.
Yeah. Yep.
You got to actually get that one started.
Yeah, you have that one. You should play it.
You got to play it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. That one is smooth, first person. Like, it looks really nice, and being able to actually look around and explore makes more sense in that game because there's multiple levels of puzzles in each room that you don't know until later in the game. Like, the stuff's there, but you don't know how to decode it. What a lovely game. Blueprints. I'm so happy it's on Switch. I did tell myself though, this cannot be on my GOTY list.
No, can't do Game of the Year because you played it last year.
I played it last year. I talked about it on the episode where we talked about things that were non-Nintendo.
Oh yeah, I guess we did. Yeah, it was on our Nintendo Game of the Year list.
So, and I talked about it quite a bit on the podcast. Anyway, so I feel like I just, I skipped a step. I played it before I could play it on the Switch, but I did my due diligence. I purchased it on the Switch, so I do actually own it. And retroactively, I'm putting it at number 1. No, I'm just kidding.
You could play it on the go.
I don't think it would have been my number 1 still. It would have been the top 3, but it would not have been number 1. But I do think there was a couple things I saw in the game, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I saw a couple things as I was playing where I was like, wait a minute. And I think I had a couple like revelations, even after playing it over 100 hours before. I think giving my brain some time to rest and coming back to it new, I'm seeing some things I didn't see before. So who knows how that's going to go.
I heard there's a lot of things in there.
It's jam-packed with
even after you beat it, there's like
complications,
layers and layers and layers of stuff. Like you can really, really get into it. Like you can put like 100 hours and then put another 100 hours in there.
Yeah, so I've heard.
So, yeah. Makes it kind of scary too.
So I've experienced.
To try to, I don't know. But you have it now. You got it on your Switch too. So you can play, you can play it on the go. You could play it while walking if you wanted to. I mean, don't, but
I'm not going to do that.
Good.
You can't blueprint a bridge to not get hit by cars.
Yeah. What about that other one? The Pocopia.
Then finally, yes, Pocopia. I think I must be kind of close to the end. I'm getting that impression. I've got 5 areas I can go through, go all between freely. Like I can warp between them and do whatever I want in each area. Upgrade my Pokemon habitats and complete requests and rebuild and all that. And I will say I've gotten a bit more into it. I mean, I was already really into it, but I think I've gotten more into like the meta, or not the meta game, but like the minutia of the game, in that I'm like actually going around each Pokemon and trying to make them happy now. Like I'm finding that more rewarding and enjoying it and doing their little quests and stuff. And I think I'm more just like kind of stretching out how much I can get out of it because I don't want to beat it yet. I love it too much. And there might be a 6th area. I don't know. I don't remember. I've read reviews and stuff, and I've listened to people talk about it. But luckily, my brain blacked out whether or not there's another area. So maybe there's another area, but the way the world is laid out and like the different gates and stuff, they all kind of lead to each other, and I haven't found another gate. So we'll see what happens. You
found the way to game share, right? Did you watch that video that I posted?
No, sorry.
So basically, so because you like unlock multiplayer like the first time that you build a Pokemart or whatever, and then I'm pretty sure
I still haven't built a Pokemart.
I'm pretty sure you got here because you talked about it last week. But there's like a bridge that you go across to like a second area, and there's a Pokemart that you like. Or like a Pokemon area where you heal your Pokemon. You didn't never made any of those, or Pokemon Center, or whatever.
Yeah, I've done that. I have a Pokemart that's in the process of being built right now, but no, the Pokemon Center is a different thing, and I do have one of those. I have to do that for each of the levels still, and I think I'm going to try to do that before I finish the game. At least do that. Get the Pokemon Center.
Yeah, so you basically have to make the Pokemon Center in the second area. And that's how you can game share, and you can unlock game share from that. Is what I think learned.
I have done that.
It's what I learned from the video. So when you
no, I haven't. I've only done it for the first area.
When you make the Pokemon Center for the first area, you can do multiplayer, but you have to do it for the second area to do game share. That's what my understanding. So
okay,
it is kind of cool that you can't.
It is in the process of being built, so maybe I'll go focus on it a little more this week.
It's kind of cool that you don't get it like right off the bat. You actually have to like earn it, and then you can use it.
One big thing I want to say as like an addendum, or as like a what do they call it? What do you say? What do you call it when you like correct something? A correction? There we go. Yeah, what I said last week, that it was a lot like Dragon Quest Builders, where you can't take people from one town to the other; they stay there. That was not true, and I guess the reason why I thought that was what was happening is because I was trying to take Pokemon that were in the middle of like a quest on the island, so they wouldn't leave. But if it's a Pokemon who's just hanging out, including like the ones that can do cool stuff like help you clear out the terrain quicker or whatever, you can bring them with you wherever, as far as I know. And maybe that has something to do with like, because you get actual badges in this, not just from the, because last week I talked about there was these people you talk to and you like bring farming stuff and they give you these badges. I've since learned they're fake badges. They're just whatever, but they're not the reason I've been able to go through the gates and stuff. That's been because of like how well I've done upgrading each of the town or the areas, whatever you want to call them. And then I've subsequently found out that each one has like a main quest that you kind of do that kind of pushes it forward to when you can like go to the next area or whatever. So yeah, I'm not trying to be spoilery, but yet it involves like finding legendary Pokemon in each of the area. And you'll find that out like in the first area you play. So it's consistent throughout though. And it just takes certain like series of events and like certain degrees of like getting the level up of the island or the town itself to get these characters to show up that sort of give you like the big quest for that area. And that's kind of what you do to progress the story, so to speak. That's why I think I am almost at the end, because I found that legendary in the 5th area, and the thing we have to do is like a pretty huge task. I'm not looking forward to it, but it's a very like complicated thing that involves like all the abilities of all the other places. You know what I mean? Like it just has a very final feeling to it. So I think I'm going to try to spend my time this week just going around doing side quests and upgrading like the areas and trying to build the Pokemarts, because I love this game. It's fun. There are times I have to just be like, all right, my brain's numb. I have to stop playing it, because since so many things involve real world time, it's actually good to take a break once in a while and come back and there'll be more stuff to do just because time has passed. And so then I go over and play Vampire Crawlers for a bit.
Or Blueprints or whatever. You got
Blueprints
stuff
or
to
whatever.
Jump between here.
Whatever games. I have been playing a lot of the Mario versus Donkey Kong on the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, yeah. I played some of that game too. Like, well,
I think
few
I'm
weeks ago, but yeah.
I'm at the second to last level with it. So yeah, I've been playing that a lot too. I didn't put that in my notes, but that's a fun game I've been going back to and enjoying. That's it for me.
Pretty easy to play. I know, John, you got a whole lot to say about the movie, but let's just get everything else out of the way, and then we'll just let you rant for 5 minutes or whatever. And
25 minutes.
Yep. Well, we got to do some new stuff, right? Because I didn't really do that much else other than Pragmata, but I just like this. I just like saying the name of this dumb game. Alien Rogue Incursion Part 1 Evolved Edition came out yesterday. It's an alien. It's a first-person shooter that takes place in the alien world. And we were just talking about Alien on our expansion pack episode, patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast, about maybe a potential Nintendo character existing in an alien world. And this game just like shadow dropped out of nowhere yesterday for $20. And I just was looking into it, because I'd never heard of it before. And I guess it's a virtual reality game for other systems.
It was supposed to be one.
Well, it was for PlayStation VR. Like I watched videos of it. It is. Actually,
was it? So it was probably developed to be a VR game, and then that was
it was made by this company called Servios
or whatever.
I mean, it is a VR game. Like I watched some of the because I got stuck on a part of it. Actually, I'm still stuck on that part, and I wanted to see somebody actually get through it because it's really annoying, and I can't get past it. But I watched some of the videos I watched were all the VR version, which looks different than this one.
It was made by a company called Servios, which when I worked at the VR arcade, they had a huge presence there, and their reps were there pretty often. Yeah. And there was a game called Raw Data, which is a pretty popular VR game, which is really, really, really pretty good. So that has me intrigued about this. So maybe I would give this a shot sometime.
If you like VR games, I wouldn't buy it. This game doesn't feel like a VR game. It feels like an old school Doom game, which is why I got it. Because it's an old school first person shooter. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a dumbass first-person shooter. I'd like to play. Obviously, I'd still like to play Mouse PI for Hire or whatever. But that's got like, I don't know. That's got like detective shit and stuff that you want to do. I just wanted to run around and kill aliens, and that's what you do in this game. And one thing I really like that I think every old school first-person shooter should have is you can pull up a map whenever you want to, in case you don't know where to go. Used to be able to do that on Doom, and it's like a future map that you can hold in front of you and walk with it, and it'll show where you're at. And I just love that because it'll help me figure out. Great. It just helps me figure out where the fuck to go, because sometimes I just don't really, especially when you start these games and you don't really understand the way the mechanics work or whatever, and they kind of start you with like no weapons, and you're just in a crashed space shuttle or whatever, and you don't really know what to do and how to interact with things. But thankfully, the map will say like, go here, so it helps you kind of figure out what to do. But it has like some kind of hacky-ish mini games where you take like an electronic cord and you like connect it to another thing to like power up doors and stuff like that. And you have a little like computer thing that you attach to other computers to like hack into or to like log in and open different doors and stuff. But most of it's pretty much just a dumbed down first person shooter. But I don't know. The aliens look cool. I put a video on our for the reels for our Facebook group, and I got 3,000 views for it just saying that it was out. So I guess other people are excited about it. I just did a little video of when the first alien appears, and there's like lightning that goes down behind him. It's a cool like moment, but yeah, it's just basically if you want to kill a bunch of xenomorphs I think you have like a plasma rifle, and I just got the shotgun. And there's a revolver also, but yeah, if you want to kill a bunch of aliens and walk around in the alien world, get it. That's why I went for it, because like I said, it's a pretty dumbed down first person shooter, and I like those type of games, and I've been enjoying it. I think it's
dumbed down being retro, right?
Yeah, dumbed down as in like it's not like, I don't know. It's like, go kill everything. It's like a kill everything game.
There's not like a duck and cover system and all that.
Yeah, as in dumbed down, it's not like, I don't know. It doesn't involve that much shit. It doesn't involve that much thinking. It's like, go here, kill the people there, get key, go to next area, kill everybody there. That sort of thing. And those are the games that I like. They're the ones that are just kind of, they're kind of stupid, but they're fun. And I know I like what I played of it. I played it for like 2 or 3 hours last night, and I was having a good time. And then I got to a part where they throw like a million aliens at you at once, and of course I was getting killed. And then it was not as fun. But you have like a synthetic guy that that comes with you, that talks to you. And
if a million aliens kill the last human that's left, is that still a genocide?
I don't know, but I guess the character that you play as is supposed to be from the comics or something. I don't know. I never read any of the Alien comics, which they're all Marvel comics now because Disney owns them. But I know that much. But I guess the main character did mention Ripley's descendant, which is in Alien, the other one, Alien Isolation, which I also have but never played through.
Ripley's descendant.
But the Alien Isolation, the main character is a descendant of Sigourney Weaver's character in that game. So she's like her granddaughter or something.
I've tried playing that game. It's too scary for me.
Well, it's also like forced stealth, which I don't like. I like horror games, but not stealth horror games. But no, yeah, and also this is pretty much it's kind of a horror game. It had some scary parts. It has some like jump scares with the aliens trying to kill you and all that stuff. So, and it was just the right price. It was $20.
It sounds like
I'd actually got some money from our ads on the show. So I was like, hey, you know what? Why not? Let's spend on Alien Rogue Incursion Part 1 Evolved Edition.
Let's add to the backlog.
What I want to know is that why is it called Part 1 and there's no Part 2 yet? Is Part 2 actually happening? I guess this game is only a couple years old from what I can tell. It came out in like 2024, and there's been rumors that Part 2 is going to get announced, and it is supposed to still happen. I just thought it was, weird that it says Part 1. I was like, oh wait, this isn't a whole game?
That is strange.
Yeah. But I guess I'd never heard of it before, and then just trying to find anything about the game, I saw Reddits with people thinking that they saw hints of 2 being announced soon or something like that. So Maybe they shadow dropped it on Switch 2 because Part 2 is coming out, and they just want it. I don't know. They just want people on Switch to get it. But
well, so for your sake,
I don't know.
There's more to play.
Oh, and there's like a performance mode that's in 60 FPS, so it's real smooth, and I like that.
I wish you could just throw it in your Virtual Boy headset and play it in VR.
Yeah. No. There's no dual eye VR thing that I know of. But I mean, it's like I said, it doesn't feel like a VR game to me. It just feels like a first-person shooter with aliens, which is cool. So I'm into it. And I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Starship Troopers game that I played, but you don't have the bug levels, which I really liked. But it's kind of like along those lines, Not a whole lot of thought to it, but it's fun to blow things up and that sort of shit. So I got that, and also I played the Marvel Cosmic Invasion game demo because there's a demo out for it now, and there's 2 levels available that you can play through, and I just played through those 2 levels twice so I could play as all of the characters that were available, which is not.
So is the game not out yet?
No, it came out last year. It's been out for
that's right.
over a year. The demo just came out.
So you just
had sale now too. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's like $2 off. It's been on sale before, but I didn't get it yet. But I mean, it's really smooth. I liked playing as She-Hulk and Spider-Man, and all the moves are pretty. There's a lot of variety between the different characters. Like they all do different things. Like some people have projectiles, some don't. Depending on what they are, and some have different super moves, and you do them differently. And there's full voiceover, and there's some funny lines in there. But yeah, you get to play through the first 2 levels. And
how's it compared to another one from the same company, the Turtles one that we all played?
I mean, it feels like that with Marvel characters. It feels very much like that, I mean, I don't have the nostalgia for the Turtles that you guys do. So this kind of is more important to me, I guess. It's the Marvel guys than the Turtle guys. But no, yeah, I mean, check out the demo for free. It's something I want to get anyway to play through, and it's just like, there's a lot of games and I don't have a whole lot of money, and $20 for a game I'll probably beat in like, an hour. Doesn't seem like, beat 'em ups are fun, but you play through them in like 40 minutes. And then that's that. So, I don't know. But I'll get it someday. And I beat Star Fox Command again. I think it's my favorite Star Fox game. I just mentioned that briefly, but I'm still playing it. I think it's great. And Jess and I we went to Caroline and Robert's house for the weekend, and I got them to play Rift Tracks because I bought it on sale like a long, long time ago. And I
remember that game.
And I accidentally put it on online mode to where like random people can join us. And we had just played a game, and I like went to the kitchen to get a drink, and some random dude just started talking to us like through the TV and was like,
"That's kind of creepy."
Was like, "Hey, are you guys playing again? I'm trying to get on here online here," and I'm like, "Who's talking?"
Yeah.
Like I just went to the kitchen to get a beer, and all of a sudden the TV starts talking, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I didn't, I've really only played this game with you and Jeremy, so I didn't really know like how to set it up, so I didn't realize that I made it like a public match and just like anybody from online could join us. Also didn't know they could just voice chat to us also. Like
that's random.
So that's what happened.
Someone else was playing all along while you guys were playing and you didn't know?
Well, some random people I guess showed up in the room, but we didn't know. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't
to know it because don't you record or do you type in? I can't remember, but you like create the dialogue, don't you?
Yeah.
You write it in on your phone.
You play it on your phone. Yeah, you type it in on your phone.
It translates it to
right. It'll read it out loud.
But there's shows like they'll show a room of people watching TV, and it'll show like your heads and like your name and all that. And if random people join while you're playing, then more people just show up in the room. But we just didn't really know what was happening. And then I paused the game, and I guess I was still in that room. And the guy was like, "Hey, what's going on? Are we playing more?" And I was like, I don't know. Sorry, bye." And then I had said like quit or whatever. So
that's not very hostily.
Well, I mean, I don't know this fucker. It doesn't matter. It just was funny.
You were hosting them.
And then I made it private, so that wouldn't happen again. But yeah,
I did the same thing and noped out of it real quick. It's like, a bunch of people are talking on my TV. Very weird. X out.
I remember that happening in a Killer Queen, but it's the only other game I played that was like that.
There was one time that I played the Friday the 13th like online multiplayer game, and I was like streaming it or something, and these like I swear that it was me and like four teenagers or something at a sleepover. No, probably even less than that. Like 4 like grade school girls, like talking about shit. And I'm like 40 something. This is weird. I need to get out of here. It was really weird. Yeah, it was obviously they were like at a sleepover or something. I didn't say anything, but like they're all talking, and I'm like, I need to get out of this now. Like I need to quit this.
It is
right
funny
now.
that's like the classic setup for a horror movie. It's just like
Kind of
girls
is,
at a sleepover and then someone else intruding. That's
It'd be
funny.
cool if I was Jason.
You're like, I don't want to be a villain. I'm going.
It'd be cool if I was Jason and they were the campers, and I could be hunting them down or whatever. But no. But yeah, it was
Something still seems wrong there.
It was weird. It was like that one time that Jeremy and I streamed Fortnite, and some person like came on, like some kid or whatever, and I was like, "This is weird."
And then at one point, like you hear a baby crying. He's like, "Oh, my little brother's crying."
Yeah, it was strange.
We're like, "We gotta go."
It was a strange occurrence or whatever.
You did like give us a bunch of cool items to make us win, but still,
yeah,
that kid was good at Fortnite, but that was a kid.
Yep. He called me a bot because I didn't move when I got shot at or something. I think I still do that.
Were you a noob?
But yeah, what else did you do?
Did you play that Bubsy demo?
No,
I
didn't.
I downloaded it.
Did you?
No, I just downloaded it.
Yeah, no, I haven't downloaded it.
I haven't
Give it a shot.
downloaded it, but I
Pretty good,
will give
actually.
it a try. I doubt.
I want to try out the game. I mean, isn't that what he says? What's the worst that could go wrong?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly it's from
What could
somebody
possibly go
who's
wrong?
like.
Oh yeah.
Supposedly it's by an actual like competent developer, like a fan favorite internet guy who makes platformers. So yeah, maybe it's gonna be a good one. I don't know. We'll give it a shot.
I'll play the demo.
I want to.
Of course, I'm gonna play the demo.
I want to try the demo. I'll probably play it after this. After we're done doing this.
I'll play the demo.
At least the trailer, the last trailer that they released was like self-aware, like basically calling the old ones kind of a bad game. So that gives me some hope. They know where they're starting from.
There was a time in my life I didn't know that was a bad game, so that's why I got to play this demo.
Yeah, I mean, I played it when I was a kid, not as much as you did, but I did. We rented it once, and I was like, no more. We're not renting that game again. No, I think it was just like, that game was whatever. I don't care.
Hey, whatever blows your hair back.
Yeah, I'd rather rent Super Star Wars 20 times or Street Fighter 2.
I did get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate, the one that's like
The roguelike.
80s, yeah.
Yeah, I got that because it was only like $3.
Yeah, it's still on sale for $2.99. I still haven't brought myself to get it because
I want to hear what
80s.
you think of it. Have you played it?
Not yet. No,
Oh.
I've been swimming in Tomodachi, so I
can't do another.
you can't drop $3 on a.
I can't do another roguelike. No, hell
Yeah.
no.
I thought about
Too
it.
much of that in my life right now.
I thought about it, but I was like,
Life is a roguelike.
I was like, roguelite, turtles. I don't know. But I mean, it is very cheap. It's $3, and it has game share, so you could game share it to both of us.
So it would be $1.
Actually, I
each.
did play. I mean, I played the game with Shake. That's how I know that it has game share because he game shared.
Yeah, and you said it was good, so yeah, that maybe.
I thought it was fine. I mean, I did not play it for very long, but I thought that it had potential from the time that we played it. We only played it for maybe like 20 minutes or so.
I want to see it. I want to play the demo. Wait, there's not a demo.
It's $3.
It's $3.
Well, I guess
That's too much
if
for a demo.
if John game shares it to you, then that's a
That's
free
a demo.
demo, I guess, right?
Yeah, we could do that sometime.
Game share.
So-
It's what people should be talking about with Switch 2. Nobody does, but it's like, I don't know, just online like download play or whatever. It's really cool. It's a really cool thing, and not
Doesn't
enough
that go
people
back to like PlayStation 3? Didn't they do that?
Well, I mean, it goes back to Game Boy Advance. You know, when we were playing, well, not online, but I mean, you know, when we were playing like Mario Kart, and you only had one
Yeah.
cart, and then
Everybody had to be a shy guy.
Yeah, but
Or
we
Yoshi, I
played
can't
that
remember.
we played that crappy game. But yeah, you could. But no, I don't remember any other game being able to do that aside from like the ones where you'd like download a free version and then use somebody else's, but not as much as this does. You know.
Cool.
Well, I finally saw the Mario Galaxy movie, and yeah, I hated it as much as I thought I would.
What hate?
Yeah, it was not a good movie. It was
It's a bad movie.
so. Here's one thing that I always refer to when I'm writing a new project. I'll watch this clip again and again because it's the best screenwriting advice that I've ever heard. It's very simple, and it comes from Trey Parker and Matt Stone. I suggest that we just play this clip real quick. It's only 2 minutes, but it is great screenwriting advice.
That's a lot of minutes. Let's summarize it.
Well, okay, so essentially, it's you create an outline, and you have about 100 beats. That's every movie is about 100 beats, right? A beat being an important thing that happens in the movie.
One thing per page.
About one thing per page. That's correct. So between
I didn't go to film school.
But you went to YouTube. But you went to YouTube school. You watched.
No. I just remember Trey telling me like a script was supposed to be 88 pages at some point.
Oh,
yeah. So a script is about 80 to 120 pages. You can go.
Well, they say that a page equals a minute in the movie, but as Lloyd Kaufman said in his book, you could say like incredibly sexy lesbian scene as one sentence and make that 20 minutes long. So I mean, it could mean anything. Right.
It's just a rule of thumb.
Yeah.
But so you have about 100 beats, and then here's the great advice from Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Between each beat, if you have the word "and," you are fucked. If it's just this happens and then this happens and then this happens, your movie is not a movie. It's just a list of random things. And well,
that's very much this movie. But I think that's what people want.
Is. You should have between every
cause and effect does not exist.
Yeah.
See, here's the cause and effect. Okay, so you should have between every beat, therefore or but. This happens, therefore this happens, but this happens. If you do that all the way through for your 100 beats, you're golden. You got an interesting story and a great place to start making a movie. They did not do that with either of these movies. We have two movies, 3 hours roughly between them, and zero story. There's no cause and effect between any two moments in either of these movies. I'll give you a great example. The movie starts with, there's a problem in the pipes, and we meet Yoshi. Yoshi's joining the team. Cool. This is the character that was teased in the last movie.
Oh, they don't even start with that. That's about like 30 minutes into the movie when they finally get to Mario and Luigi because they start with what's her head, right? With Rosalina and the star bits or whatever.
All that. That's true.
Well, that's the establishing of the movie itself.
Yeah.
Well, so let me go to all right, here's Yoshi. Yoshi's joined the team. Cool. All right, Yoshi's in the movie. Maybe this is going to be Yoshi's story. Maybe this is going to be like how Yoshi, plays into, I don't know, whatever. It's something about Yoshi. It's not about Yoshi at all. Why do we have this scene? Why do we need to have this character in the movie?
Even Toad says, I guess this dinosaur is here now.
Yeah, no, he just shows up and now he's part of the group. I mean, that really is how
exactly what
that really
is
like,
how
the movie goes, though.
Why is this character here now? What purpose does he serve? I'm a Nintendo fan. I like Yoshi. So,
I mean, he never got an explanation.
Are you sure you like Yoshi?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think both of you guys are Yoshi haters.
Right, he's here every episode. But like he serves no purpose, and so he shouldn't be in the movie because he's not part of the story. Because there is no story.
He shouldn't be in the movie.
He everything should have in an ideal movie, an ideal story.
What's the word? Chekhov's Yoshi.
What's that?
Chekhov's Yoshi should at some point eat a bat like an enemy.
I mean, he does. He eats comic.
I guess so.
He does eat things. In the thing, but is he actually there for a point?
Affecting the plot in any way?
No, but he does do things.
We also learned that when he turns people into eggs, they just are like, "Damn it, I'm in a shell for a second."
Yep. And if you wear glasses, you wear glasses as an egg. They come with you into your shell for a world. That's what happened with comic.
That's the problem with this movie in general. Is just like things just happen without any sort of reason. And in an ideal movie, every facet of it is there leading to something else, having some kind of purpose, affecting a plot. But there being no plot whatsoever in these movies, it's just like, well, here's a bunch of amiibo just thrown out onto the screen.
That's why the formulaic sitcom will have like the A, the B, and often the C plot, and like it all like comes together at the end and makes
Yeah,
sense.
like that's why people love Seinfeld so much, because everything was there for a purpose and
Mhm.
it all comes together in the end. And you get the satisfaction of seeing how it all played into one another.
You watch enough, you know, like just watch enough Golden Girls, and you start to see ABC. They make so much sense.
Yeah. All those, every classic.
I love Golden Girls. I don't know if the listeners knew that. I love that show.
We've gathered over the episodes.
I think we caught it from your wedding.
That as well.
There's Golden Girls stuff there.
Yeah. This movie just has no purpose to it whatsoever. Yeah. Birdo was there for a minute and gone. And
I think Birdo was only there because they didn't want to like cast a trans person to do the voice, or they just didn't want to cast the voice at all. So Birdo will just show up and
I did see someone post that on Blue Sky that was like, do you think they cast a trans voice for Birdo? Nope. They just didn't give them a voice at all.
Birdo has no
Nope.
voice, so thus you do not have to worry about casting or whatever. It's like
I don't even know if Birdo had like sounds like when they got hit or whatever. Like
I don't think so. I thought all Birdo did was straighten her bow, and that was it.
you had the
I was
honey
happy to
knife,
see Birdo. I was sad about how they treated Birdo.
just like a goon and gone. I don't know, like even when they try to do their fan service like that, like, oh, let's put Birdo in there. People love Birdo. Well, he was in there for like a minute, and then
I wore my Birdo hat at Universal Japan, and I got so many compliments. Like, and there was no Birdo merch in the entire park, but like so many people came up to me and said, "Your hat is so kawaii."
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. What do you think about Peach and Rosalina being sisters? Okay,
That's
going to be treated as canon now.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's fine.
I saw Miyamoto
I
saying
don't care
that.
about that, to be honest. I mean, they look the same, and so it makes sense.
Yeah.
And there was always the story of why is everybody in the Mushroom Kingdom a mushroom except for Princess Peach?
Right. I mean, I think it's okay. What I don't like is, I guess Illumination calls the story shots now. This company that has
You mean
I don't think they call the
you,
shots.
you mean Matthew Fogel? Let's point the
Oop.
finger where it's supposed to be. Matthew Fogel, the guy
The
who fucking
writer?
wrote the movie. He wrote both of them.
Oh.
One writer.
I think that
Not a group of writers.
Mr.
One writer.
Miyamoto
This guy only has
had
like
to
4
approve that
credits.
decision. I don't think it just happened.
Also, I think Miyamoto liked the way it was.
I don't even think he
Miyamoto
wrote the
doesn't like
story for
story either.
The original Galaxy. Yeah.
Did you
Like-
see that? There's a new article going around about Miyamoto being surprised that the critics were harsh on the movie. Have you seen that one?
No.
I saw that,
No, yeah. Because I think Miyamoto likes the movie, and I think it was wasn't it his suggestion to bring Star Fox in there because he just wanted him to be in there. Same with the Pikmin, like whether
what I
it
heard
actually
was that it
makes
came
sense
from,
or not.
No, what I heard was that it came from Chris Meledandri, that he had the idea, or someone at his team had the idea, and he brought it forth to Miyamoto, who said, "Yeah, okay."
I heard that Miyamoto
so-
specifically said that he wanted Star Fox in there. I mean, but that's what I heard
we
from
heard differently,
multiple podcasts.
I think
but
Miyamoto's
don't know.
turning into Kojima, and I think Miyamoto's got all these big ideas for finally his things he's had in his head for years about being movies. And you know what? I think every single thing that happens in these movies has to be approved by him, like story beats. That doesn't mean that they're not bogus, but I think that they got his approval before they were put in the movie. I don't
Here's
think
what
there's
I-
any like
But I don't think.
surreptitious shit there.
I also don't think he cares because don't forget that Miyamoto gives no shit about story, and he doesn't
Correct.
even want story and he squashed it many times. in the
But
Mario
establishing a canon is
Yeah.
establishing a story, so
games. Sure.
there's
Yeah.
something happening there.
And making a movie is making a story. It's
Uh-huh.
like, go and say, I'm going to make a music album, but we're not going to have any instruments in it or something. It's like that's
There's
what it
no
is.
there's noise albums.
There's
out there.
plenty of those.
What about spoken word, John? What about
Oh, I
spoken
guess so.
word albums?
Sure.
They give out Grammys for those, respected works.
I forgot about that. Now I see the light, and this movie is amazing. Yeah.
Well, I never.
Yeah, this is just a Dadaist.
I never said
Dadaist presentation.
I heard somebody.
Inspired by Salvador Dali, and I mean, obviously,
I heard somebody say that too. Consider it Dadaist or whatever, or daddyism, as we used to call it in college back at LCC.
here's another thing we could call it: just a giant advertisement because that's what it is.
Sure. No, just
That's
like
what it
the
is,
Wizard. Just like
Yep.
the Wizard movie was.
Except you don't have to have
Except
like
for that had more story
the
to it.
magic autistic guy. You can just have your characters all be, doing whatever you want them to do.
I mean, they're all magically autistic, like all of us.
I guess so.
It's like
Well-
homosexuality. We all got a percentage of it.
I got quite a bit of that.
But what I hope is happening over at Nintendo right now is like, I hope that they actually do look at the critical stuff and at the reviews and then like say something's going on here. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to say, "Oh, the fans love it. Oh, it made another $1 billion," but really, like, you're like a bunch of game programmers, right? So you might think logically. I would assume, and you might look at the critical reception and say, there's something to that. This keeps happening. If across thousands of different reviews, they've landed it around 44% on the Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, whatever. Like, this is a problem. This is not good for us. Despite making $1 billion, this is actually damaging the brand because people are seeing this. They're watching it. They're paying money for it. They're going to it because it's a Mario movie, and they love Mario. They're hopeful. Just because they paid for it doesn't mean they liked it. Just because they went to a second one doesn't mean they'll go to a third. This is a bad trajectory for us.
I just think of Illumination like Pixar with no soul. Like
with no soul. If you look at, I looked up. I tried to find the average Rotten Tomatoes of their movies.
Did you look up the ones
an
for the
AI
writer?
quote.
I mean, did you see Lego Movie 2? He wrote that one.
No, so I looked up Illumination, and they stand at about 61% average. That's not great, Could we get a better studio? Like, Nintendo, you're powerful, right? Just because you had this deal with Illumination and Universal, you guys own all the IP. You guys have all the power still. Here's what I would do in their shoes. So keep your deal with Universal, the distributor, but say, despite the success of these movies, we're going to find a better studio to continue these. We can keep the, animation style, whatever, on the surface. Even though I'm kind of about the design of those characters.
I don't like the animation style.
Just like give somebody else the keys, not Illumination. Universal, you keep your deal. We got your theme parks, whatever. Somebody else is going to make the next one because this is a problem for us. They really need to look at this because it's not going to go well for them with number 3 or 4. You're going to get people dropping off. Like, I'm already pretty confident I don't care about seeing the third one, even for novelty's sake or even for the show or whatever.
I don't know. You'll go see it though. You go see movies all the time.
Sadly,
even
I think
really shitty ones.
So sadly, I think Nintendo's handcuffed themselves to Illumination in this regard because of the whole Universal thing, and Nintendo has their own in-house movie studio and all that or whatever. But I think that this is just one of those cases where, like, maybe Illumination puts the property in the ground. We don't like to hear that, but they do that over time. But it's a financial reason. It's like now Illumination is doing so poorly, Nintendo buys them and makes them an in-house cutscene developer. That's all they do. That's my dream. They just make the cutscenes.
I think they're doing fine.
They just make amazing. Yeah. No, I know they are, and almost too big to fail with Sony behind them. But still, it's like, come on. Like, this is not how I thought. I don't know. I mean,
there's plenty of terrible things. I hate to say it.
I hate to say it.
That still
I
make
hate
money.
to say it.
There's like 7 Resident Evil movies.
This is us looking at like the future of Nintendo. Probably like it's probably the direction they're going to go as far as like the way things work and stuff. And maybe we'll get the little weird games and stuff. But like, I think they're eventually like the franchises are going to tie directly as they're released with the movies.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, they did establish Nintendo Pictures as you just mentioned, right? So that kind of gives me hope that whatever their deal was with Universal, maybe they didn't, give away the whole farm, or maybe they kept the other properties, and they just kind of like wanted to test the waters to see would this be successful, and now it very much is. And so maybe like the Pikmin movie or whatever else comes like maybe that's going to be through Nintendo Pictures.
So maybe I should have said they're handcuffed as far as the Mario films go. I should have said that because that is kind of how I feel, and that's kind of what everyone thinks of with Nintendo in a mainstream way, like it's Mario, when it comes to like media properties, not just games. But I do like the idea that, let's see this Zelda movie. Let's hope this is something else, and maybe the reception is so much better that it sways them from the slop, the Illumination slop.
I hope their grand plan is to pull a Marvel and just like, okay, now we're going to do but they did Marvel Studios in pretty short order after 3 movies or something like that. Yeah, after they realized that they had all the cards, it's like, yeah, of course we got to just create a movie studio. Let's do that. Nintendo should do the same.
Take all the people they like from Illumination and leave the bad ones behind.
Yep. And we can have a whole new set of cast members that we hate. Cast is all the people again. some new losers they'll bring out for the second round.
Timothy Chalamet is Waluigi.
No, no Timothy Chalamet. We have enough of that guy. Hit that opera hater. Get him out of here.
On the same topic, it did. The Zelda stuff did leak a little bit this week.
They showed like a slate for it.
Well, right? So the cinematographer posted something that they shouldn't have posted. They posted a picture of the slate, which included a picture of Link, who looks very Ocarina of Time in that pose, and then also the code word for the movie. I guess it's umami, UMAM.
So you're talking about the slate like they used for like the sound match. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 2 of them, but yeah, the one that it's like it's an audio thing, but yeah, you put it's got like a code on it.
Clapper.
So it's got umami is like the code name of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's like Rory's First Kiss, right? It's a fake name.
They brought in the people that did Delicious in Dungeon to make this.
Well, I mean,
make this movie.
Which was The Dark Knight, which Trey and I both worked on.
It's a fake name, like Rory's First Kiss, like Blue Harvest, like that's what I figured it was. Like it doesn't mean anything because they don't want
Joe Roski's Doom.
They don't want people to break on the set, so they call it a different thing. Yeah, they called it Rory's First Kiss because that's Christopher Nolan's kid's. His name's Rory, because they thought that nobody would give a shit about Rory's First Kiss. But if it said Batman filming here, millions of people are going to try to break into the set. George Lucas did the same thing for Return of the Jedi. They called it Blue Harvest. That's what I figured the umami thing was. Is they just made up a name for it, so nobody knew.
Umami doesn't actually reveal anything. It's
purposely not to reveal anything.
All it reveals is that you see a little bit of like the set design and the costuming. Right?
Yeah, it's just like the way that Link looks is kind of like, oh, he looks kind of cool there. That's what I gathered from it.
Yeah,
he better look cool.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
There's pictures of some people on the set too, and folks are concluding that it looks like the Temple of Time.
Well, I mean, the Temple of Time's been in a lot of games, so it'd be really weird if it wasn't there.
I'm not looking forward to people playing the ocarina during the first screening.
Oh, jeez. And screaming chicken jockey just for reasons.
Chicken sailing.
Chicken arena.
When you grab the chicken and you kind of sail with it.
Yeah, you sit on it and turn part of it into a sail or something. I don't know.
Chicken paragliding.
Anyway, let's do the news quickly. I mean, you're all done
with
you're done ranting about Illumination.
News. Don't snooze or you miss the news.
By the way, their last movie, Despicable Me, made $800 million, so they're doing fine.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but look at what they made in the previous movies
and
see if it's going up or down or if it's steady. Like you can see the future of the company by the sales.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I was like, what was their last one that they did? Oh,
what they spent on the movie versus what they made.
I know how it works.
Are they making money anymore?
Yeah, they
see the way the films industry works.
Yeah, they made $2 billion.
Put a lot of money in, but they Sorry.
They made $2 billion
I didn't go to
between
film
the
school.
last two movies. They have $100 million budgets, and they make like fucking 900 million back. They're doing fucking fine.
And I'm sure their animators are paid well.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, that's a whole other thing. Nobody's paid well in this country. Are you kidding me? Actually, they're probably not even from here. I hired
Yeah,
people from
Johnny,
other countries for way less. I mean, who knows? Anyway, yeah. Let's talk about the news.
I think we pretty much covered most of the stuff that's come out this week.
Well, some things.
Is Outbound.
One thing that's not coming out this week actually is Outbound. Outbound is not coming out because it got delayed till next month.
Oh, at the last second. Huh?
Outbound is coming out on May 14th now. Not this week. It actually just happened. Yeah, it was in the news like a couple days ago or something. But Outbound
Kind of makes sense
because
the van keeps moving, and they're like, "Wait, come on, we're trying to release you."
Let's lock it
Like,
down. The
publicly, but
oh,
it's already to
that's
the
weird.
next place.
I did like the demo for that. I mean, you guys should.
I didn't play it.
Should try it out sometime. It seemed like
I've done it in real life.
It seemed like a Jeremy game. Vampire Crawlers, already came out. Jeremy talked about it for $10. Game that I want to get.
Vampire dollars.
A game that I want to get. Jay and Silent Bob Chronic Blunt Punch came out this week too for $20.
How
is it
many
like the sequel
fucking
to
Jay and
the
Silent Bob
Mall
games
Brawlers?
are there?
I don't know. Like, there's at least 2 on Switch. Yeah, because there's Mall Brawl. But this one is a .mu game, and it looks really, really good. Like, it's made by the company that we know and love. Watch the video of it. The animation of
Blunt
it looks
Punch,
great.
Is he the guy that is played by Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill, probably.
When he's
he's called
punches
like Cock Puncher or something like that.
Cock Puncher. Okay.
I mean, don't quote me on that, but it's something like that. And he has a giant hand.
Why are you called Cock Punch? Well, the thing about that is, boom.
Yep. He says that. Watch that movie again. There's not aged well. There's a lot. I love Kevin Smith.
I imagine so.
I love Kevin Smith, but there's too
It
many.
didn't
There's
seem
too
like
many
it
like
was aging well at the time I saw it.
There's a lot of gay jokes in there. Like it's real. I mean, we watched like all the Kevin Smith movies over the pandemic. Jess and I did, and Jay and Silent Bob's got a lot of kind of cringe stuff in it, but whatever.
Homophobia.
I did actually like the sequel they did to it, the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I did actually like that movie.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
My recollection of all that stuff though is it's more making fun of like Jay for being such a like homophobe. You know what I mean?
Am
I wrong?
I guess. No, I mean I thought it was supposed to be the joke is that
some
they're
people
is that they're
misperceive that.
Yeah.
What I got from it is the joke is that they're gay and that's funny because being gay is wrong. It's kind of what I gathered from it. I guess I don't know. I mean, not necessarily
heterosexual life mates or whatever.
Yeah, because of Chasing Amy and all that. But I don't know. It felt like a lot of the jokes are like, oh, these guys are like almost banging or whatever. I don't know. Even though, yeah, he did do the whole Chasing Amy thing before that.
Bob will never say
which said a lot. But yeah, I don't know.
How about Poopy Time?
Yeah, what about that? You put it on the Slack just because it's a shitty game? Just because it looks like crap?
Funny.
It falls into our toilet paper memes.
Yeah, it looks
like trash.
Looks like trash. Like shit.
Looks like it's going to clog my septic system.
Yeah. And Opus Prism Peak came out last week, but you put up a video of it.
System.
But I'd forgotten. Yeah, I didn't even notice it. Did you watch that video that you posted of it on Nintendo's YouTube, John?
I did not watch the video, no.
Oh, okay. Well, then why is it even on Slack? What's the point of putting it on there?
It's someone's magnum opus, Prism Peak, and we're not even watching it.
Yeah, it looks really pretty from what I gathered of whatever it shows when you hover over it, but don't actually play it. The Street Fighter 6 thing is kind of funny, but I don't think it's real. I mean, this is one of those rumor thing, but the big thing is that Tifa from Final Fantasy VII is the character for like whatever year 4 or 5 or whatever. Actually, I think they're on 4 now, round 4 of new characters for Street Fighter 6, and I'm like, okay. I don't know. That
means a lot to other people, but we don't care.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny that, and it says Gouken on there, who is like already on one of the Street Fighters, but I thought it said Goku. I thought it said Goku and Tifa, and I'm like, this is made up. Like, this is not real.
Do either of y'all watch the Love on the Spectrum show?
Yep.
No.
Love that show.
Okay, so there's a character or not character. Sorry, I'm calling them a character because obviously they're depicted as such in this show. But one of the people who's about to go on his first date is like, well, I got to talk to my girlfriend about it, and he's had this imaginary girlfriend for a long time. Guess what her name is?
Her name is Tifa.
Her name's Tifa. And he never does say whether or not she's from Final Fantasy. They never get into that.
Oh, does she not exist?
I don't know any other Tifas. No, she doesn't exist. She's his imaginary girlfriend that he's had for a while.
Oh,
and
okay.
He has to actually break up with her before he can go out on a date with someone else.
Well, how old is he? And you could probably tell.
He's in his 20s.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
like mid-20s.
Maybe he played Maybe he played the remakes of Final Fantasy VII.
I've never heard of another Tifa other than the one in Final Fantasy, so I'm just wondering if that
sounds likely. It's an unusual name.
Yeah. But yeah,
I kind of like that though.
I kind
that's cool.
I think it'd be hilarious if he shows up in Street Fighter 6. THQ Nordic teased that they're going to have teased multiple unannounced Switch games, but didn't say what they were. Don't forget.
I just kind of looked up to what properties they own or that they have access to because they're an embracer.
Well, I was going to say, don't forget THQ Nordic were the ones that put out AEW Fight Forever. AEW Fight Forever Switch 2 edition. Let's do it.
Coming back. Yeah, I'd be down.
I still want to Fight Forever 2 or Forever and Ever. There's so many cool AEW wrestlers that have no representation in video games aside from, created ones on WWE.
I don't hear you talk about AEW a lot on the show.
I still watch it all the time. I just, I don't go there anymore because I can't afford it. Actually, they also haven't come here in a while, but also can't afford it. But no, I still watch it. It's fun. Darby Allin has the belt now. Didn't expect that. Just happened last week.
So yeah, they own Time Splitters, Red Faction, DeBlob, a bunch of stuff. Who knows? Take your pick.
Yeah,
could be any of those.
Or AEW Fight Forever.
That's
Switch 2 edition,
which we all own.
Yeah, upgrade it for free so you can all have it on there.
So they've announced also Xenosaga Pied Piper.
Well, that's only in Japan.
Okay.
And Pied Piper is like a mobile game of the Xenosaga thing. It's just interesting because they've never re-released any of the Xenosaga games, because the company is, works for Nintendo now. It's the Monolith game. And I just thought
Pied Piper exists as the as the edition name. Is that what Pied Piper means?
Yeah, it's that's what the mobile game is called. And it won't be in English. It's only in Japanese in Japan. So it's not really that important of a news thing, but I thought it was cool because we try to scrape for whatever Xenosaga news we can get.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to mention that today, the date, or currently the day we're recording, is the day historically about, according to the legend, that the Pied Piper thing happened on April 23rd.
When he let all the cats out of the kids, or whatever it was.
The kids, yes.
Yeah.
Do you think
it started with the rats,
but announcement for that historic occasion?
I mean, no, because this was announced like 2 weeks ago or something.
Okay.
I just thought it was cool. News. I'm sorry. I just saw it today.
Hey, I didn't.
I'm not criticizing.
I didn't know. I'm educated now. It was posted on the 16th, but I don't know. I didn't know there was an actual date for the or that it even actually existed in real life. I thought it was just a fairy tale. But no, there was some interesting stuff announced from whatever company that is, Annapurna. They're doing a Stray Switch 2 edition. Who cares about that? But the game To a T is actually, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's actually a game that's made by the guy who did Katamari Damacy. So the only reason I know about it is when I was on John Wedgeworth's show when we did our big 4-hour best songs of the year or whatever episode. He talked about that game as being one of his favorite games of the year, and that it was made by the original creator of Katamari Damacy. So I'm really interested in it. And there was no way to
Steam for a while.
Yeah, there was no way to play it other than Steam.
Okay.
So now it's coming to Switch too. So I'd really like to try it out. And he said it felt like a, kind of like a, representation for autism and all that, because you basically play a character that's stuck in the T pose all the time, and you have to learn how to I don't know, put on clothes or eat, try to eat food. And it's just, trying to learn to live with the way you are built as a T. And I don't know, it sounded like a cool idea. And now I can finally play it because it's only been on systems that I don't have or things that don't work, on Macs like Steam.
And we're getting Wanderstop as well, which I remember the name, but I don't remember what the game is.
I actually read up on it because I had remembered the name too, and it's like a coffee shop simulator, but your main character does not want to have a coffee shop, and I guess they want to close it and go do other things. So I think that's kind of funny. You're supposed to run a coffee shop that you don't actually want to run, and you want to burn it to the ground.
It sounds like when people inherit a family business.
Sure. I don't know. It's like a coffee shop with a twist type thing. But I remember somebody talking about it, I'm sure.
Stray is coming to Switch too.
And there's other, I already said that. Stray is coming to Switch too. I said that at the very beginning of this. But also there's a couple ones that are like out on the Japan eShop and not here yet, like Lorelei and the Laser Eyes is supposed to get a Switch 2 version, and so is Sayonara Wild Hearts, and both of them will have 120 FPS and 4K and all that fun stuff. So I like 120 FPS. I played through Metroid Prime 4 like that, and and I think there's supposed to be some bonus stuff to Sayonara Wild Hearts also on the Switch 2 version, but.
Thanks.
I don't know. That game was really cool. I played through it in like one sitting. It's like it's an interactive music video, but it's
simple but fun.
It's got heart.
So we're this is not confirmed for the Switch, but this is some good news regardless. It's probably coming to the Switch. Echo the Dolphin Complete. They're packaging a bunch of the Echo the Dolphin games together, including
a new one.
Echo the Dolphin game. So this is certainly coming to Switch. It's not been announced as such, but come on, of course it is.
I don't think it's
one of those. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I don't think it's confirmed for anything yet, but I'm sure it's coming to Switch.
For nothing, yeah.
Do you think it's one of those games? Remember a few years ago, Sega was talking about they're going to make like these ultra versions of classic games or whatever.
Yeah, remember that? So. Yeah, where it was like, they was supposed to have like new Crazy Taxi and like all this other shit. And
is Echo part of that?
I don't know. I mean, apparently the announcement came directly from like the creator of Echo the Dolphin or whatever. So
I think he's retained the rights somehow
or something. Somebody who's involved with the original versions of it.
Yeah, this one, it doesn't include Echo Junior, which was on the Sega Pico, and it doesn't include the Echo the Dolphin Defender of the Future, which was on Dreamcast, and it's supposed to be a pretty cool game. I've always been curious about that one, wanting to try that.
How cool would it be if the Pico game was on the Switch, though? That'd be rad. Just another system to add.
They could always add to it later. I just hope they find a way for these games to actually be fun. I mean, I always really tried very hard to like these games, and I think they all suck. So, I mean...
I'm not a big fan either.
Yeah, I always thought they looked really cool, but I could not figure out how the fuck to play it. Like, what the fuck you're supposed to do aside from just running your dolphin into the wall over and over again.
It's a bit like Nights into Dreams where you're like doing like a bunch of like swirly whirlies as you go forward.
I have Echo the Dolphin 3D on my 3DS, and I cannot figure out what the fuck to do. It's
I was kind of felt the same. Like they had some pretty good marketing around these games, and they were positioning Echo as like another Sonic or whatever, so it always made me intrigued. The games I felt were like, okay, maybe a little obtuse, and maybe this is like a good game to re-release with some modern touch-ups. So we'll see what they do. I'm interested.
Yeah, one really big thing, we got a trailer for Splatoon Raiders with a release date and a price. It's coming out July, like a couple weeks after the other one, Rhythm Heaven Groove, right?
Yep.
For $50. That's awesome. $50 digital, $60 physical.
But this is like its own game. It's not a expansion to Splatoon.
Its own game.
This is a single player Splatoon.
Single
game.
player, but single player asterisk, because they've actually clarified that it is a multiplayer game. You can play with up to 4 people.
Boo.
You can play with up to 4 people.
I don't care. I want a single player game. I don't want a multiplayer game.
By yourself too. But they're just trying to stay away from
but if there's a multiplayer,
because they don't want to get people confused,
If there's a multiplayer part to it, then the single player will be lesser than that. Is mostly what happens. That's why I prefer this to not have that. Who said that there's a multiplayer part to it?
There's multiple sources on it. This one,
because the Well, I mean, there's nothing
This
on.
one's from GameSpot.
Okay, well, because normally on the eShop it says like, this is single player, this is multiplayer, and on the eShop it does not say anything about.
Yeah, like I was saying,
multiplayer.
they're trying to stay away from marketing it as a multiplayer because they don't want to confuse people into thinking that this is just an expansion for Splatoon proper.
Oh, actually,
They're trying
right.
to keep it separate. Yeah,
Actually, right here in the final paragraph, there's a paragraph when you go to Nintendo.com. It says, it says, you can also join up with 3 other players online or via local wireless. It's right here in the description at the top, right. But it wasn't in the trailer. Did you guys watch the trailer of Splatoon Raiders at all?
I'm watching it right now.
Oh, okay. I watched it. It's like 2 minutes long. I mean, I think it looks cool. I mean, there's like a map that you're like exploring somewhat. Like there were some new weapons in there. There were like these little fish guys that like go around you. It looked like an expanded version of Salmon Run, which I really, really liked a lot from Splatoon 2 and 3. So, I mean, I
guess I'm just curious, why is it a standalone? Because like a lot of the like upgrades have been single player stuff, like the roguelike and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, why couldn't this just be part of Splatoon
more money?
Well, I mean, it looks like it has a pretty big world though that you're exploring. Whereas like a lot of the upgrade stuff, you're just like I don't know. You're like
maybe
bouncing
it's like
from one
Minecraft
room to
Dungeons
another
or something where it's different enough that it justifies its own release.
I would bet that it probably started as a DLC, but then they were like, "Oh, actually, we can just add some more meat to it and then sell it as a separate thing." It seems like they've got an.
I do like the way it looks.
I mean, I think I don't know. I mean, the map looks pretty big.
And if the combat's the same, then it'll just be intuitive to jump into it.
Yeah, it looks like you'll, regardless of whether you have people with you or not, you'll still be in a 4-player group. Like, because you'll have a big man and the other, and there's Amiibo coming out too with it. So,
did you see the cool thing about the Amiibo is that they all fit together though? They have a stand that
I didn't catch that.
Basically fit together and pose together. That's a pretty cool idea. And another
try to make you to buy all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Another way to get you to buy all of them, and a signifier that they're becoming more and more of a premium type product. Yeah,
I do like. I have a big man Amiibo already. I don't think I need a second big man Amiibo, but if I was to get one, I'd get him because big man's pretty cool.
Big man,
pretty cool. But yeah, no, I like it. I mean, I like the openness of it, and of course, Monolith being a big developer of Splatoon games.
And that's only 3 months.
The closest I can get to Xenoblade Chronicles sequel.
I'll get this one. We also today got 15 minutes of footage from Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. I didn't
from IGN. That. I didn't watch it either because I don't want spoilers. But I did read. I did actually read Nintendo Life's like article about it.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems that people are actually liking the game a lot and saying that it's not a baby game and that it's actually quite good from what they played.
Yeah, I heard a take that it was pretty inventive for a platformer.
Yeah, I saw people getting turned around on it, which is good because I'm very excited about this game. And
that's great news for me because I currently think it's a baby game.
It's coming out. I mean, I don't think you played much of the other ones that came out, so.
We got a 5-minute trailer for 007 First Light, which still remains delayed on the Switch too, but you can watch this trailer and enjoy it and figure out.
Are you watching any of these trailers for the game, John? I know. I mean,
for this game, yep.
You are.
Yep.
I figured that since you're into it, you're like skipping them like you would for movie trailers. Like you don't want to see too many.
No,
spoilers.
It's not. I'm not in it. I'm not in it for the plot. I'm in it for the action and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really care about that so much. I mean, I'm totally 100% on board for this game, and
so I think they leaked like the ending out. I didn't see any of that, but I guess there was a big leak about whatever. I haven't really looked at. I haven't really looked at anything about it, but I was just curious if you're watching.
I would suggest that you watch this trailer though. This trailer it's 5 minutes of breaking down what the gameplay is. So if you're just curious about the gameplay, here it all is for you.
I mean, it's like Hitman, right?
There's a lot in here that feels like Hitman. There's definitely shades of Hitman all over this, but it's clearly different too. Like the fact that like he's James Bond, like he can bluff his way in, which is pretty cool. Like if he gets caught sneaking around, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm the security expert here, just testing the premises," and
Yeah, I'm not the spy with the scar on his face that everybody knows about that you can tell because there's a giant scar on my face. It's like you're a bad spy if you have like a very a part on your face that you can easily see.
Identify, yeah.
Yeah, it's like having face tattoos and trying to be a spy or something. It's like you can wear whatever wig you want and we still know who you are.
I think this is a really, really good trailer to get you hyped up for the game, which is just right around the corner if you own the other systems, shortly down the road if you want to switch.
Yeah, not for us. I mean, it would make it's sad because we're not getting a day and date anymore, which sucks.
But I think it's only 2 months delayed, so
I hope so. It says summer, but that could mean anything.
That's
right?
2 months just
was
delayed
it
on the
just
Switch,
soon?
right?
I don't remember.
Isn't it supposed to come out it's supposed to come out in May, right? Like mid-May or something.
May 27th.
Okay, yeah. So it's almost a little over a month away. But yeah, what else? I mean, is there anything else on here you want to say?
Maybe the last one is going to be, let's see. Oh, a quick mention. We're getting the sequel to Broken Sword is getting the same treatment.
Oh yeah, your favorite.
Smoking Mirror. So that's on Kickstarter. It's already been funded 1,000%. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm just excited for another one. That's the last big one I think that I want to mention is they're releasing a new Neo Geo. That's cool.
Yeah,
it's the same system, just
another
back
one
with modern hookups.
Yeah, I didn't really understand exactly what it was. Is it like the kind of like the I don't know, is it like the fancy N64 but made like by Neo Geo? Like, are they making it or is somebody else making it?
So here's the company that's making it is called PlayOn, and it's the same company that recently made the Atari 2600 Plus. So you can expect the same, which is that was just an Atari made for modern TVs. You can play the old cartridges on it.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like the analog
3D.
Yeah, like the analog 3D, right? That's what I was.
Yeah, but it looks exactly the same. It's the same, design and all that. It just looks like a Neo Geo from 1990 just being released now. That's very cool to me because we all know Neo Geo at the time was a mythical system that nobody ever owned except for your friends, uncles, brothers, landlord had one.
Someone very wealthy who could spend the price of a system for each game.
Yeah,
right.
Wasn't it
I
like
didn't know what the thing looked like at the time? I had this imaginings of what a Neo Geo looked like. I was certain that I was right, but I was way off.
I mean, what is it? I mean, it was like $600, and the games were like $200 each or something like that. I mean, it was supposed to be a premium system, for anybody who wants to own a mini arcade for your house or whatever, right?
I mean, it used the same hardware; it just converted it to like up into the TV at your house.
Yeah,
they're also re-releasing 10 games. So the games are Metal Slug, King of Fighters 2002, Garu, Mark of the Woods, Big Tournament Golf, Samurai Showdown, Polestar, Twinkle Star Sprites, Magician Lord, and Overtop.
And if you don't want to spend all the money to get this thing, you can buy all these games for like $7 on Switch right now. They've all been out for Arcade Archives.
Some people just want that,
the ACA
Pixel
games. Yeah, I'm just saying these. I own some of these on Switch already. they've been out for quite some time. I mean, Garo Mark of the Wolves was one of the first games I got when I bought the Switch One. Like that was like a release window game. Like I bought that really early. That's been out for like 9 years now.
I did want to mention this, John, just because you posted it in the Slack, and I mean, I think you have it highlighted here, but I watched this video and it was really cool. It was a restoration of an original 1974 Wild Gunman arcade game.
Yeah,
from like the first video game that Nintendo made. Well, as far as like arcade games, I guess. But somebody actually, like a company, I guess, they went through and they like acquired a bunch of film reels and stuff so they could find the ones that were in the best shape, and they supposedly found some that had never been used before because they saw like the leader tape on them or whatever that you would normally have cut off or whatever. And that's so cool. It's like it's not a very impressive actual game, but it's cool that it's made again, and like somebody went through the like the minutia of like finding the best quality film reels that were left and everything to make it look the best. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I watched the whole video. It's worth watching. It's this one guy, I forget, I think he's based in Canada, but he was on eBay, and his business is restoring arcade machines, and he found some film reels from Wild Gunman, the 1974 Nintendo arcade game.
But this isn't. But it keeps confusing me because there's the Wild Gunman on Super Nintendo.
Sure.
Yeah.
So there's,
But that's a different game, right? Because that's not
there's
made
Wild
by
Gunman
Nintendo.
I think you're thinking of the Sunset Riders, maybe. I don't know, but
No, it's called Wild
it's
Gunman. I have
there's
it.
There's Wild Gunman on the NES. Is there a Wild Gunman on Super Nintendo? I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't know about Wild Gunman other than
it's
just
something
this
like
one
that
I've heard
because
about.
I have it on Switch. Like they re-released it, but it's not made by Nintendo. It's a different company. It's not fucking Sunset Riders. It's called it. I'll have to look it up. It's something like that though.
Well, so there's
Maybe
what I know of. There's
Wild
Gunman.
Guns. That's
Wild
what
Guns,
it is.
Okay, Wild Guns.
It's
There's-
it's one word off. Wild Gunman and Wild Guns, they sound the same to me.
So yeah, there's the Wild Gunman that's on Nintendo that most people are familiar with. But then the original game was in 1974, Wild Gunman, which was a projection-based FMV game, shooting game.
And it was essentially like I remember reading about this in Game Over back in the day, like when I was learning about the history of Nintendo from that book. And this was like, it was like meant to be at like bowling alleys specifically because
Right.
like it was a projection game. And it would be kind of like off to the side of the bowling alleys to entertain people when they weren't like maybe they were waiting on a lane or whatever.
In the video, they said that only about 100 were ever sold. It was pretty expensive. It was like $15,000 at the time.
Okay.
They only sold about 100 of them. And, after it was released in 1974, they said by like 1980 or so, he found some ads for it turning up for like, $500 or whatever. So it was not a successful thing. But he found the film reels, and then he went and reconstructed the cabinets just based on, whatever he could find as far as, catalogs and all that.
I think he actually used like a 3D printer to make
He used the 3D printer to make the gun and built the whole thing. So it's not really a restored, cabinet or whatever.
It's a remastered. No,
It's he found the films. He digitized the films.
okay.
He cleaned them up. He got them actually professionally restored, and he did digitize them to save them for history's sake and all that. So good on him. But now he's got this cabinet which he brought out at least once before, I think, but it's actually going to be if you're at Ontario Pin Fest, the pinball convention in Ontario, May 30th to 31st. It's going to be playable there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had made it digital, but come on, that makes sense. Like, why not? I mean, it's doing the same thing. And really, isn't it like, as far as the gameplay goes, like, you're not really targeting anything. You're just hitting the button at the right time, right?
So I'll clarify. So he digitized it to save the footage.
Okay.
But the actual system that he has is a projection.
Good.
So it is, as authentic as it could possibly be. But what was your question again? You were asking about the gameplay? Is that right?
Well, I was asking, I was specifically like, I thought I remember the gameplay was like, it wasn't like Duck Hunt where you were pointing a camera at a spot on the screen where it would recognize that you were at least in the right area or whatever. I think in Wild Gunman, like it was just like you hit the button at the right time. It's like
No,
you have to shoot before them, I thought.
There is an aiming aspect because
There is, okay.
I guess
On
in
the
WarioWare you hit a button before the
on
other
the film
one. But
itself.
it's supposed to like
On the film itself, the gunman's eye will flash,
Okay.
and Yep. I'm going to misquote the video, so I'll just say it's worth watching. They did explain the technical aspects of it, but there's an eye flash that tells you, that now is the time to shoot, and then there's a certain range which looks like it's pretty wide. It looks like it's pretty hard to actually miss. So it's simpler, it seems, than even Duck Hunt, but at the time, man, that would have been cool to see.
I just think it's cool. It's like a piece of history that I'm glad somebody went through the work to like make playable, and I hope someday I get to play this game, even if it sucks.
Just play it. Yeah, I only know it from WarioWare, where you press the button and the guy's pants fall down. But that's the NES one that it's emulating or whatever. But it shows the gun there, so I figured it was a light gun game. But not the
So there's actually
arcade one. I know you're talking about it.
So the one from WarioWare, they talk about this in the video too. There was after they released the Wild Gun in arcade, there was a quote unquote home version, which was a little toy, a gunman toy, and you have a gun, you could aim at him and shoot, and if you get it on target, the toy collapses.
Oh yeah, that's in WarioWare also.
That's in WarioWare, yeah.
So it's like probably an infrared thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's in WarioWare. Yeah, where it like moves and you press the button and it has to be on the hard and then it collapses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's pretty good for our episode.
WarioWare teaches us everything. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say for news? Or this is a beefy episode. I should have figured. Well, we all got big games we're talking about, and we had the movie too. So.
And we had to talk about Pragmadachi.
Yeah, Pragmadachi, and vampires. There's a lot of things in this episode. But yeah, that is this episode. Once again, you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast. Watch videos of us recording it like right after we do it, and you won't have to wait for me to edit it for however long it takes. You can check that out there on the $5 level. Plus on the $1 level, you get it ad-free and whatnot, and you get a bonus episode every month. We just recorded an episode where we took inspiration from the Mario movie and talked about other things that we'd like Star Fox to randomly show up in. So, Star Fox, and then we kind of broadened it to other characters as well in Nintendo games, and I had
a lot of fun with that.
Just told me that they really liked that episode. So
good. From
what I heard from the other one that lives in this house, my wife said that it was very entertaining. So
hey, I like that.
So
I
there
don't
you
live
go
with that person.
So that's I haven't cut it together yet, but you can see the raw version if you're on the Patreon. But yeah, I thought it was fun. So you can find that there, and find us on social media. Just look up NintenDomain Podcast. Go to the NintenDomain Facebook group. I'm getting so many thousands of views there. Check out those reels. I've been posting reels every day because what else am I doing with my life? Nothing. Might as well be posting reels on Facebook. So
going back to film reels after all this, just like Wild Gunman.
Well, I capture 30-second shit all the time of the games that I'm playing.
Yeah.
And I can put them on the Slack, but you guys don't watch any of them. I can send them to people on the internet, and they'll actually look at them.
I watch them.
I watch them.
I wonder. I feel like
I just don't
shouting
respond.
into the void.
If you send them on to Facebook or wherever, I don't watch them. I'm not there.
Well, I don't need you. I got 3,000 other people watching them.
Oh, I see how it is.
John, you do not equal 3K.
Yeah, it's nice to get recognized that they like my video of killing one alien in Alien.
We have to
represent.
John and I have to represent at least 1K each viewers.
Right.
Come on.
Well, Jeremy did
1K.
get 2K for that. At least I haven't checked where it's at now, but we'll see how these ones do. But yeah, check it out there, and find us on whatever social media. But we've been your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
Jeremy Kowski.
John Nitter.
And thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
See ya.
In Ontario.
Oh, yeah. Go to
Packing
Ontario.
your bags.
Not really. I'm just looking at the word Ontario now.
Hey, I'm in Ontario. Yeah. Doing cool things in Ontario. What's there? I don't know. I don't even know where Ontario is
I think it's in Canada.
on the map. Oh, it's not even it's not even part of the country. Look at me. I know nothing about
All right,
maps.
I'm gonna go know nothing. Being
Love ya.
asleep.
Go back
Good
to love you. Go say hi to your Mies for me at the Tomodachi World.
We'll do first thing in the morning.
They might not sleep without you. You have to talk to them. They'll stay up if you don't.
Sing
need
them to sleep or
I mean, there's no microphone on your Switch, so they won't know that you talk to them. But they can
but there is
feel
on
it.
your Pro Controller.
You could type to them. Actually, not. It only is if you have a headset with